dia me komu bia no enka ho ebesesa Shana pay tiawa mamene on kind biribi in free the book of Ecclesiastes chapter number 3 and verse number 4 no o Bible no ben wana say wo phone so a pese wo kenkan read with me Ecclesiastes chapter number 3 verse number 4 Ecclesiastes chapter number 3 verse number 4 But also udru ha mami hu fa Bible no Ana pay me hu se bribiara woni mre we asi bibia isi we asi bia woni mre na Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 4 no o se esu woni bre na sirie woni bre abobo die woni bre na asa woni bre abusia dia wo fam sesie yi ema wadi yawo ema wusu ma wodi awreho na sane bribiara woni bre na ye wo adesaye na ye wo adechiye no Tresam ne semen kan kire wo se esu no a wusu enne no eye ne bre na wo famu enche serie bi betua wano wona mankofo be frese dama wabodam na wo sresa esanse wakoma ye den atoyem akoma atoyem ebesesa abobo die na wudie no ebe kakra na be dane asa wo besa afa wusu dwom aso dem na wo sa no bi obsesa na antimansa na adena say wo sa wa sore sa na wo bi ntiase o na wo bi ntiase enti ana pay fa Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 4 fananti esu wone bre enne de esu bre mu na wo yi enche siria bre no ebeba siria bre no ebeba abobo die wone bre enne de wudi abobo bia hamachi nyina wonai wodane kwa ha no muni akwa ha na wahwe time kakra na wafa phone na asa de chie no aye tintin dada de enchenda abobo bre mu na wudie wei enche asabre beba obesa ebesesa Good evening, Chief Jerry Forsen. Adom 106.3 FM. Nago Ponchra. Don't count home. Jesus Christ, Demo. Amen. Right, the apple home come on and 12 so. Faster than my Kale Kids toothpaste. And I told my friend about you almost say for Kale Kids, fetch you more friends saying. Fetch you more friends saying. And on a airborne ace in prayer, you know, free almost. And now my friend almost say, Fita. And Tishan and so provisions to be a moving a Kale Kids toothpaste. Yeah. I'm from a different fame, you know, confiance. I feel in my spirit, I just lifted somebody's hope. I feel it. And I'm excited. Okay, it's another quality product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Okay, happy smile. And the Dr. Michael Kojo Chairman thing. Ever try and come on, so but Obapa Christie. I'm sure for sound me. Yeah, I'm sure. Adwa, I'm sure. I mean, Kwana minute Dr. Michael Kojo Chairman and Cheche and Komo Dr. Penya order C4C Homeopathic Hospital. ano doc ya mo akwaba
Sijem pacho me da se.
awode wo ho de
And then I pay pacho adaro na bia boko.
le nyame ase Holland boko Ghana fo a wo mo ewo Holland ya enei wo hwe wo mo ho tesen
Yakupo adaro ma Ghana po awo on Holland almost almost free Belgium eba say almost almost a teleconsulting Europe eba Canada US eba ka say omo ina nkwa ene ahoden ewo ho
le nyame ase donc ye be pese e betoa enkomo no eso yakoye adwumayefo na ensa anya adwuma enidie na adwuma ye mu nsoso ya faso emanya yade ahodo na enu ntie hwa koya se ebeje ntete no wadaroma yentoa enkomo a ya shase no occupational diseases ya na nyarwa ye nyafri adwuma ye mu se mete hanma me hwe laptop ni computers so me tena me to so 4 hours driver for wo mo to anema wodwom contractors mining workers ne wo mo ye adwuma factories ahodo nyarwa ahodo na knowingly ana unknowingly ye twetwe edeba ye pa omuden eso ana ye nipadua yi eso doc ye recap ya no ande ni kakra na ne yento aso
yo me da se sijem pacho enra ye she ase na say ye to aso every two major area hodua and also affected nipadua no during inhuman hodo in terms of equif you lift heavy objects in your idea yamuso juma mining industries in manufacturing industries hodo you kind of fishing industry hodo so juma various water in human idea you kasafa kokram say kokram is one of the Yabeka said leading cause of death. And area hoodwe na a handipa. Na sa in human hoodwe kokram for over 25 to 35% of the area hoodwa yenya ewo yenjumemu. Sa so and yakasa fa musculoskeletal system and also dompe mu obi o ta complain pa na ananse touch no say ananse touch won sa touch won nine say baby aye titri woni pedwe na titri mesra and dia agro because it has to do with internal a friend of parasympathetic and the sympathetic nerve wuti kopo and wuti chia sane won nine ase moje die fru say into mean die fru say ye no eno na causes into say who you be na say water aside say bia we ride dem na bia to say bia anansi bia cross one out to say bia bi we no tititi anani e ka say namness no ye bibia ekon atia nipa and na ye and they know I think I ended with Rebecca said the rule for the past 2 weeks, Ashen Juma Hudo Bebre, Ashen Yaria Hudo Bebre, and starting and make us say, baby, addition, say you the rule of the employer, the rule of who employee in Shawi Juma, because a Juma acquire necessity, and a young Ababetsna, a Juma, to me, you whom free Juma, to me, and resign. Oba Ghana according to labor law emra employer necessary also employee no necessary also ye wodi bo ho ban as employer no ye no wentumi anya kwanya CJ wo employee no so wo ho sa kwan no krambo say wo organization through that or ye baby CJ wuti akondwa be show wa complainia
sa akonya emboa me tra akonya su bia na machi ya me ya misisi ya me ya employer no omua
yes some bia wa kan employer name free bia issue no to mo say de bia wo de nka opanka de betu bia 20 ahia but employer no insist so there be Obankwa de say ahase necessary that why you are not through that no the problem at the abro and now impo in remember on a house be a house no the way a house no who no say janitor no o clean so we are unya court nante house no so I'll be one you abufum when you know a dangers ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ nnwuma ahodoɔ na ho sɛ Ghana no CJ mmara wɔ hɔ but asɛ yɛnka sɛ ohia no ɛna ɛkum yɛn because through adwuma a woyɛ na bia employer na ɛkɔsi afe na wokɔ akɔfa bia ɛsɛ wo report ɛma Labour Commission asa Labour Commission sɛ ọmọpẹ lawyer ma ẹdín akọniaba ubetua nti ẹni nti ama nkurɔfo bebree akɔyɛ sɛ more of like ní ẹnyàmé di mi bèèsì bia.
Ma pene so yeah.
Ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ nti ɛnura na mi tufo sɛ asa na employer no deɛ nka ɛnyɛ employers bebree na ɛɛtie but employers dodoɔ a mo tie no. One, aside say young employees who buying at the end of the day, no so avoid a number of sick leaves in a year because all continue share the number of employees on because of your reality be a magic 1 week leave, be a magic 2 weekly or be a doctor. Doctor and so because of way condition we manu nye juma way ontumi nye juma way and also a reduced productivity. It also affects the revenue and the inflow of the organization. Nti nka employer bias ye be engage health facilities ahodo ewo ye ndwuma mu be a employee because of the nature of work, own to me that time, then come by a resabia and quanko DQ Africa, Europe, Hampo, their airtime, crass, ebia, opesa, we appointment, crana, who house at Anasa, or sometimes 3 months to crana, you appointment date to crampum by say, Konako, a physician way, and a Konako specialist way, Intisano, na. Wutie nanka wabo modern wa engage other hospitals and also ayaresabia and the over every week nurse ni bi aba na ba be check o vitals so we citre be check o sugar be check we be check so check bibia na say during that no who employee no say we complain the nurse now be taking notice of that. Okwaya sabia hona say doctor nka say there ukoye some scan be ukoye some lab be no what throw note or their bread will employer will HR as the HR so edit to man within an hour or two no wakwa take say umoja necessary ye file say ukoye will scan no wakwa koye waba back to work after some hours and some days the result in the bar and you can still be comfortable at work. Now, whatever treatment protocol no also no see we no avoid the dangers of say emergencies in Kwa just idea no aye na ma fi doje no hwenje as no afa nti yes and aye ka employer no so na ye ka eye edwadifoɔ ne ebeka say customers ahodo ne ade omo ina no de ye ina no ye at risk I say ye ina yɛbɔ ho ban nti yɛmbɔ extra yɛbɛtake time na yɛahwɛ wo employees a woyɛ adwuma ne ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ na wode bɔ wo ho ban if sɛ wo employer no nneɛma bi ɛsɛ sɛ wode gu akwan mu no woyɛ a what must you do also as an employee sɛ na wapɔmuden ɛbɛtumi akɔyɛ na adwuma no so ɛtumi wie pɛyɛ see Ojupata yɛ all our branches both Europe here in Amsterdam and Adenta SDA Junction, East Legon, St. Peter's, Asoridamu Junction, Western Region, Takrade, Fejai Sport, Central Region, you will Cape Coast, yes, I will Aguna Swedru, Esan Ewa Aguna Order Bay, Ashanti Region, you will Kumase, Chuso Kwamu, your number of Freya, you be a Odia Bomoding, na Fre, na Bomoding, na Beye consultation. Depending on the nature of your work, your remedy, your food to a country, be briswa, yɛde bɛma na wapɔmuden wie pɛ na also to be enjoy with juma oh yeah Ghana number is 050 00 40 331 050 00 40 331 UTA so free Canada, US, UTA free any part within or outside Europe. Number plus 31 61 no plus 31 687 487 122 plus 31 687 487 122. Chief Fadaroma, Pidibesia.
Adom 106.3. 106.3 FM. Adom 106.3. Adom FM. Radio it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM.
Dr. Michael Kojo Chemante, Dr. Dase, Adom 106.3 FM, what's name? Dwaso. Meantime, Luigi McLean. With this one, Millie. Page 1 and 12 Swabang. Also for Acrofi. A very good morning to you. Apostolic Sofo. Sofo Bibia Bokode. Ekoye. Fantastic. Of Akwa district. Ona district pass. Of Akwa district. Nyanyano Kaswa area. Fantastic. The fans straight and one and all. Well, and a special morning going out to you, Faith Akosia Amanate. Faith, that's a saying. Well, thank God you are inspired. Eric Asia Dubwedi. Adom Sports page 1 and Dwaso Eric Dubwedi KG1 and Kasa standing by with the latest from the world of sports. And Dr. Baumia said down follow AFCON. What do you want for final? Nigeria Fonso ko final. Eddie yeah woman.
Finance na omukon eye shege na omde ye omo
and omo
eye place na e phone of chess masa mo ni nda ho shege no ka
live. And now what can I say no? We need the Chief Jerry Forson, the latest from the world of sports, coming up right here on your Super A1 station, Adom 106.3 FM, Ghana's #1 radio station. We need the CJ, stay with us.
Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man eye. Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man eye. One tell you what. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man eye. One tell you what. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's CCM TM Wanga so want to. Oh yeah.
As I didn't throw him. As I am Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Nana, because boy South Africa, boy, Pam, Fadia. Fana Nana and Zomoko. And I'm fan. A serious Tiana, the copy more hormone. Best way for the love of the game, better before this can go moto bruta. It is a wine the BDA, make catch and the match is be a match. Me who da ya shy say and then the match be any de biada match or it is channel to serve for mammy. I don't know. Saturday, South Africa Congo dia third place match. No. Now finally a Sunday. Ready 8 p.m. I need Nigeria, Ivory Coast. Now interestingly, now more I was semi-final. You know, we need be paying. Former champions in Kwa. You ever heard Nigeria beat me and Ivory Coast beat me and many crappy and a best way. Afcon on come on. The Barcelona or Afcon. I said no. Beautiful game. 2 games in an F. Pretty Emmy Quemwe. Niente Simbrafi. I'm heading across Sofia. I'll copy more Kumasia. American Bomuda that's a press conference on Coco Air Basso. The Ghana Football Association and almost share press and Pamuko share press now. And the Yamaka to your press so bizarre questions and Mamu Charabadre Eka saying it here. Pesa Ghana phone in a tin Yamabia Sansa Ghana for Breda Tier and Semiancrophobic car and Namquam, but no my Jedi. No Queno, Nesamo Pabo Tibeka. At Impatro, honorable saying. President of the Ghana Football Association, Ora Ketia Sokeku Kasano Chemse Wano, Econom Kwan, Deba Quadana Kuma so pass and son of Befia Kunyan Swako, Self President no. Adia Bako Peswa ye pan is obeying Afcon. Now I say Aja World Cup. Ne plant panuti was a send yama pa Afcon or Soji World Cup.
First, representing one of our 12 national teams, is our premium product, and it's on the hearts and minds of everybody. Everybody, including my good self, who wants the Black Stars to win all the big tournaments that confront us, including the AFCON and the World Cup. I have said here that it takes time. I remember in the days leading to Senegal winning the AFCON, there was a big call for the FA president to step down and for the head coach to step down. My good friend Cisse had tried. He never won. And then he won. Before we took office, the Black Stars failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. All of us, me inclusive, was disappointed. We did not only fail to qualify, we didn't participate. Because if you don't qualify, you can't participate. Let alone to say that it didn't go beyond the group stage. In Egypt, the team was very poor. Egypt came 1 year after 2018, and all of us in this country know that our Black Stars was troubled and is troubled. Having made it to the Mundial in 2022, before that we didn't make it in 2018, making it to the Mundial in Qatar in 2022 was a big step for us. Qualifying to the AFCON, even though today we see it as a given, was a big step because we had times that our Black Stars never made it to the AFCON. What I want to say in conclusion is that I want our Black Stars to be champions of Africa. I want our Black Stars to be at the Mundial at every given opportunity. We were there in 2022. I want us, with your support, to qualify the Black Stars again to the US and to Canada and Mexico.
Right, Katokaku, FA President, is somebody to draw a final. No, for Sekatokaku, pay coaches name on Ramo, Onyam, Mamun, Yanbano. Hey, Faribo, hey, you with him, Farishim, Farizi, Nadia, can't say, oh, me. Oh, Ghana for
ESCO is answerable to the ESCO. It's the only reason why you will say, or you will ask us whether we have received a technical report. Where does it come from? from the head coach representing the technical team. To be more specific, I did not interfere in the job of Charles Akono, neither did I interfere in the job of Otto Addo. I think you heard Otto on numerous occasions speak about how we worked. And neither did I interfere in the work of Mr. Chris Houghton. They were our coaches, and any other coach who will be hired by the Football Association will be given the freedom, as always, to deliver. Your job will be scrutinized on the screens for everybody to watch. Whatever you do is on the screens, and all of you can see.
Way yani sama Orakati as a Kraku president Ghana Football Association. What are you I say I don't know man Famensanka obi ahweso ye najuma. But enkomo ba ko abebrenedi na ya omo aka ne se sikadi. Chop. Already yankopon. 8 year kwa afkoin 8.5 million mu kemo just 8.5. You dey go chop am. Makado na vice president was Ghana for.
You build as if you are going there to win the tournament. So everything is built on the assumption that after the qualification, your next around 16, 18, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and final. This is presented because you don't want to be in a situation where you are in the middle of competition and you are calling a Minister of Sports to say, wait a minute, we didn't plan. So it's better to be totally prepared. That is how it's done. From what the FA is done, they scrutinize it they sit down with the ministry, scrutinize it, and when it's completed, we present it. So that is our job. Once that is done, as to the actual money which gets approved, as to the actual amount that is actually spent, the FA has no input in that. The FA does not receive any money from the ministry as to specifically to spend on any item. As a matter of fact, the ministry has an accountant, a purse holder, who is embedded in the team. So for every particular expenditure, they go to this accountant, and he also check on the budget. This is there, this is not there.
Right, when Oramaka, the vice president, Ghana Football Association, not Chimo. Yes, you can say the 8.5 for Konya, could 8.5 for Badabi, ministry in the open idiot. The Mokasamo Koto, I was a moment had in a Mokotomo the other day, a woman, yeah, him part where you be here. Yes, I can no more you just got Dabi. It's a beyond do and group said you come and qualify from Tiada, Sicano, woman spend the crown, no mabano. Ti, I don't come and winning match, Quanoma could tell winning bonus. Tiadone, Oramaka Adom Sambia, what the Eto, Eja, and so on, as I'm not a Ghana football, the annual. So Kumasidity and one some Kakara no pay Yadebe Brownie at the idea, but ora Prosper Senado and our General Secretary, the President Akasa and our face vice president Akasa, my General Secretary in Casabako, Nafe General Secretary Nakman, what has it? Na I'm for Casa, I say Ora Quasiapia, you'll be a yape coach. Nasa Quasiapia or what? Mama Nansa committee, Nisuna, my Yamo committee, now more you Quasiapia, will be a executive committee. Was that a coach? One a bit maybe a coach sign. No, coach with maybe a coach. What is your 342? What is your 333? Makofa, lawyer for near you for me. Maybe a coach and a coach, Papa May.
ESCO member, Coach Kusiapia. The committee working to select the coach, when they finish, we submit their report to the ESCO, of which Mr. Kusiapia is part of. You would notice his current situation is said that we cannot appoint him to be on the forefront in terms of the committee, but he will definitely be part of the deliberations and the decision making as an ESCO member, because per our regulation, it is the ESCO that makes the decision. And if you look at the publication said the committee will submit their report to the ESCO before a decision is taken. If you look at the story again, you'll see the engagement lines. Committee does its work. There's engagement with a key stakeholder as government, and then the ESCO takes a decision. So in that decision making, all the deliberations, their coach will be involved.
Where in a Prosper Senator General Secretary Ghana Football Association. Now watch them all say, I didn't know say I'm going to coach on my view. We want to be about ESCO. ESCO is because you have to be. Nti ho no ko de ba go say no akwa no momfa because it's to the input beba nti so onka committee na ehwe coach no eno nkire say won nya bi nka da be won wi a e be say de ba ESCO no akwasi apiate so tele na ngasa so ansa na ya pass. Wow. Abtia UT Sports page one live on Adom 106.3 and chebe question so ma anwumre we press conference say bebre na the PM ho de be but how to focus so siesie mo say the be next round of the Ghana Premier League no betimi abodwuma pa na eno nsem on wonim say friendly match eno na 24 ball friendly ya helm ya she has ofokofo ana 24 no mo bebo All Africa Games no mo she has po has mo mani ada hokre opaya do akire mu de ekoso has akache ahead of the news and as a second round of the Ghana Premier League.
As part of game preparation towards the resumption of the second round of the Ghana Premier League, we've been training since 15th of January, and to make sure that the team is ready and so that we can have possibly a successful takeoff. Nyame Adoma consider that we'll travel to Techuma near 11 Wonders or so, Bosso again for another friendly encounter. That will be on the 11th of February. I hear him saying that will also form another exercise for us. Senabea, when the competition starts, possibly 23rd or 24th, when we'll play in our first match, we'll be able to have a solid team that the coaches believe that should be able to take off very well.
Kwame Pariado ora kasama across of folk ni samono no abusa ye kono shane sumame abane say the animals ya to chire na Chelsea 2 minute omo Aston Villa Boston Villa 3-1 FA Cup no Chelsea qualify for the next round of the competition. Northern Forest and so qualify Eko na Nimusa 5-3 on penalties no mochi Bristol ebo Bristol ti no sane and some no say si etie I dey bro and anopaye Copa del Rey no Atletico Anfo be ba chire no no ba ko antimi antime sane the second leg na be paso and so honomo aye MTN Momo app why say aba say utumi di sane Momo and tem ya fe na ko bogwe ni say bisa no akomia ni anya long process. So we be MTN so any easy e dey ama my MTN app no so nti dey be ko App Store Play Store no download my MTN app no akwan bia so bia timi akoye and so dey ama wo and I don't need MTN for ho enkomo DBS Industries Limited babo dance we DBS roofing papa fie DBS etimo so a na asore kra bodan so ye se boss free wo boss ye nyu hwe tito and chance 9 e wo DBS for 1.7 for the F pack and BX tablet so can one opena and some no dey ebre wo betway for the love of the game. In my way, I can not yet sports page one idea brew. Oh, Mama Kame one, made it by the birthday mine. Alex Kwabena Stone, Immortal Jakwe Champon, right time and Rafael, Professor Wallace. Imanote, Madame Munasi, Kedwan Gasani, Eric Assia Dubu, D. Dwaso Nsem, Koswati.
106.3 106.3 Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
It's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Ready, what it's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom FM 106.3 106.3 Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
It's a CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio were it CCM Wanga so want to oh yeah. Adom FM. One tell you what, catch your man eye. Adom FM. One tell you what, Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Top.
Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. One tell you what, catch your man eye. Adom FM. One tell you what, Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Top.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Radio it's CCM 112. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3. Adom FM. One tell you what, catch your man eye. Adom FM. One tell you what, Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Top.
Well, and it's 17 minutes after 7 in the morning. Adom 106.3. Well, Utini say, friends. And my lady is seated. Caroline. Friends. That's it. Let me ask you. Say. Oh yeah. Fantastic. It's a good mic. Yaba. What's happening in the world of social media? Then trending
a lot.
Wait, me no discuss it, but Baumia be trending me boy.
Oh, you're number one.
Okay,
The
so
hashtag
let's go.
Baumia trending.
Okay.
Or trending pa cheddar so trending.
Okay.
15% VAT on electricity and so
trending. Okay.
Free SHS is trending.
Okay.
E-levy trending. AFCON is so trending.
Aye. Yeah.
National Service is trending.
Okay.
Economic Management Team.
EMT. And so trending.
The MPP is also trending.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asamoah is trending.
Trending.
Aye.
And I'm make sure when who's a bit tremor. Yeah.
Asamoah trending. Cote d'Ivoire trending. South Africa trending.
Okay.
And hashtag Save Ghana Football.
And so trending. Yeah. So let's know. I didn't know 20 Koso.
But me are trending because of Endra ne speech now come out UPSA. No?
Yeah.
Okay, can you money be?
Okay.
Yes. But when they say Oba, national service will not be mandatory.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
It will not be mandatory. The money they be minister no power.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Baba Jibena Adom 106.3.
Ti mi ja no ama na kasa. China so trendy.
Why then?
He said he's going to expand the railway system in Ghana.
The new force.
Aye. The priority back no.
Okay.
It's also Facebook edaho.
Okay.
Aye. The priority is to expand the railway system.
That's not bad.
Kufuor so trendy. Or Mampeni Dada.
Kufuor.
For
what reason?
Ahead of the annual speech, you know.
Yeah.
Or can Nyama Bakum
Yes, I know. Okasai and Sana, the vice president,
yes.
So Ekasa,
Or say Baumia is his son. Omampeni Abedieche,
yeah.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is his son, and he's a man of destiny.
Say, Oyobia, Shabre Ashato Amano. Say, a brief say, say, never to.
Yes. And it has got Ghanaians talking.
And vice president, because I'm who say, my penina could 41 or Shani D, no body trinko,
Yeah. 15% VAT
on electricity. And so trendy.
Yes. Government has suspended.
Okay.
Finally.
That was suspended.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Abolish it.
Was suspended.
But vice president said, "Oh no, they are Oba.
Obey free. But government has suspended. As at now, was suspended.
Okay.
And they say was scraping it off. Was suspended.
What's your sign? Oh yeah. E-levy.
Also trending.
The vice president said Oba.
Oba. Obey free.
So why is it trending?
Yeah, Ghanaians are asking, say, isn't it under his government? And they buy. So why doesn't he affect the change now? And all trying to say, obey Omampenia.
And Sando didn't chimney about this is your driver's mate. It's Nami Adom near the car nation, sir. No, but trusty and which ya. Onanie. But on a new chong. But on a new chong.
Yo, Yati pa.
They're doing trending.
VSHS so trending.
Okay.
Yes. Omampenia Bedieche, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, or say you're too abamano. That's what be president.
Yep.
Free SHS will continue, but it will be enhanced.
It's enhancement no horror see bisem.
Yes.
Then or the babe home. Then obabe free moon.
How different is it going to be? Because what is wrong with it now? And what are we enhancing about?
And I pay honorable Frederick Opariansa.
Okay.
Yeah, on a calm company, abedi a chain campaign team. So these are some of the questions that we'll find out from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asamoah Jan. Or trending.
Why is he trending?
Say he showed up to go and listen to the speech, you know.
Yeah.
And people are asking, say, is he an MPP?
Oh, Let's say
comment back because or say no quite counting or miss penalty.
Oh. Wonderful.
Aye, Bibia the best France and I see. Aye. Afcon so everybody who omo call finals no.
Yeah.
Aye, Nigeria call finals no. Anna Cote d'Ivoire so call finals. It's no. Yeah. Okay. There be one trend. You are one trend. One trend. Save Ghana football. Na me Adom 14th February.
Yeah.
9 a.m.
And a peaceful demonstration.
We need to save Ghana football now because ni any day. Obi na kwa finals you could have been us.
And then kwasa sa momo akintas ya moto.
We have qualified to come home.
We have I'm out for qualified for finals.
We have we have qualified to come home. CJ
Caroline Trent, thank you.
Was painted.
Debbie sune min twem ho. Obre ton bi manata market ha. 3 cities. Min koto kinki 7 cities.
3 cities.
Say
3 cities.
3 cities. Eno ye hemfa de no.
Ladie no.
Ehwa
de be ko.
Fantastic. Caroline Trent. 80. That's what's trending on social media. Well, later on the show, any Honorable Frederick Opariansa, Ebetriche and Komo on Enra. His Excellency the Vice President and someone what they Etuja. The next Ghana's next chapter: selfless leadership and bold solutions for the future. And Roman Penny and Shasie. Wachre baby a woman sesia yewo na fei wachre adwuma waye as vice president na fei wode ensem ahodo no a ede eto aso ede tudwa oka woman sikasem ho kakra na fei wode ni vision for the private sector wode etudwa na niema me take it out 50 ministers and your deputies are waka say nyame Adom na Ghana for eto aba de mano one won ebeye adwuma already yenim say His Excellency the former president John Dramani Mahama akasa ono de or the ministers and your master for aduosia 60 and obe power money omo aye adwuma. Then the vice president comes in with 50 and you see politics no sana akwaye this year yes Ghana ha ya manyosem ya to aba ya manyosem but afie abato no enkenkan emu campaign no like never before in the history of this country. Afei abatono campaign nimu ebeye shepa enya ne bone so but and somewhere candidates ana akansifo no ede betudwa no ebeye nsem a Ghana fo sese yetu yeboase na etie mu yie. Enra amampani abedi ekire somewhere odi tudwa and for the first time I heard him speak on e-levy. E-levy Asemba Kwa, the vice president has maybe deliberately or not shied away from talking about. Enra, Okane Pote, okay, point number 28, or say e-levy will be abolished. And then people are asking the question, say, Adenti, and as a member of the economic management team, you are also an integral part of cabinet. Yeah, under your watch. And as I say, you know, you could say the Kofa Parliament and Sana Parliament, Ediatumu. Not one Kahoshe Sabreno. Yeah, and nay, a fear son, I will say, Yan Twabamau, and Sana Niapeso Yano. Why? Now, young some of the proposed tax reforms are abai currently. What they aba? Now, His Excellency the Vice President, on also the new tax system, or they aba. 2024 yeah revision and expansion of taxes on gambling revenues. After mu and 10% betting near dear Nina San Etono, Abaye Ediaba. And so Dr. Baumia say, under the new tax system, no, he is going to eliminate betting tax. Etwa yaje ewo betting so no, also be yini ede efri ho. Under the current government, tax reforms are the removal of selected VAT exemptions, including 15% VAT on electricity. Yeah, and no animre, and some yet to say, Abai Sawa Chiasin. Under Dr. Baumia's new tax system, no, or say, he's going to eliminate VAT on electricity. If still on the books, say, 15% VAT, no, Egusu Ahwa, Eadia Obetem. 2024 years or so, there's been the introduction of the emission tax and plastics and packaging tax, and also so. And so Dr. Baumia, under his new tax system, let's say, emission tax, no, Yami Adomnia Twabamanoa, Obetem, Obeye Free Hokra. And so these are some of the Baumia's new tax system. Now, I say, some of the measures in Baumia's new tax system. One, he is going to abolish new levy. He is going to eliminate VAT on exploration services. And then there will be no more import duty on solar panels. And I say, he's going to provide tax incentives for film producers and musicians. For film producers and musicians. And these are some of the tax issues that Enra are touching on. And I pay a Benjamin Afe, various groups actually and come on these issues. I just said duties at port will be at a flat rate. Good afoba betrim. Afe, yeshe, yentin sama wade etuja asha. You ready nafe? Yenfa yentin Dr. Baumia Enra. And sama wade etuja abra. Wade nanudisem etuja ewo UPSA under Ghana's next chapter, selfless leadership and bold solutions for the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, to move towards a cashless economy, however, we have to encourage the population to use electronic channels of payment. To accomplish this, under my administration, there will be no taxes on digital payments. The e-levy will therefore be abolished. Ladies and gentlemen, to help our youth get jobs, I believe it is time to rethink the concept of the current National Service Scheme. My government will propose that those who, after completion of their education, can secure jobs will be exempted from national service. National service will no longer be mandatory, and students will have the option to decide whether to do national service or not. This will also encourage companies to go to the campuses to recruit annually. This time they don't go because of national service. Starting this quarter, in fact, I will launch this in a few weeks, but starting this quarter, newborn children in Ghana will be given a Ghana card number. But the actual Ghana card will be issued when the child is 6 years old, when his or her biometrics are fully formed. So we are bringing a brochure to Ghana. My administration, will incentivize the private sector to complement government in the provision of many infrastructure and other services to reduce government expenditure and improve maintenance. The private sector will be encouraged to build roads, schools. With this approach, government can save very significant outright cash out expenditure annually from various items across different ministries, departments, and agencies. This policy will energize the private sector and create many jobs, enhancing the role of the private sector, along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our systems and the way our institutions function will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards private sector provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of government will require even fewer ministers. I would have, therefore, no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers. I now tackle exchange rate depreciation. On the performance of the cedi exchange rate, it is also interesting to note that between 2013 and 2016, just before we came into office, the cedi depreciated by an average of 17.7% annually. But since 2016, between 2017 and 2020, there was a significant decline in cedi depreciation to an average of 7.5%. The average cedi depreciation further declined to 6.8% between 2017 and 2021. However, the 30% depreciation of the cedi in 2022 resulted in the average depreciation of the cedi between 2017 and 2022 to be 10.75%. So again, notwithstanding the domestic and global economic crisis, the depreciation of the cedi under our government is lower than that we inherited from the 2013 to 2016 period.
Adom 106.3 FM, and His Excellency the Vice President, and some of the two Jano Ebi, and Yasada Jebre, Abobo, Amawo, Etieno. Ma mention Komonwa say, men call me phone, no so na female. Professor Isaac Bwedi, or ye finance and banking lecturer, UPSA. Meneno, and share and Komona say, Prof, about your Otaman Cardum FM Sunni Yamachi.
Yes, Metonka.
About what do you want here?
Nyamenado.
Megidi say na ye share how or mampani abedi ni speech no ebeye a departure from near on ne boss the president especially on issues of economic policies. But enra wutie no uhuni sa prof.
Me kase a departure. I mean the kan chair what here for. I mean say over Kasana Ubia was expectation.
Yeah.
And then I also who first.
Yes.
Now I would say Rebecca Mampanono, he's been a victim of his own circumstance. Because as a vice president, you know, I would say a Juma Waye no, Ama Ubekasa no be any dinachi. So Waye Juma on my way. It's not no expectation. On my Ghana's be also expectation. All Sati Akasa se bon et tofa. All Sati can be about administration, historical events near sea na same. Owie no no ansa call down. Eba se oni omban penny ye jumano. Or my account of the stewardship.
Yes.
Owie no ye comparative analysis. Ono so ka se ejuma ono so wa ye ono bi na ye ejuma. And then pan or no so a wolf south and in a mambo. Answer no sambe twice so dear but the vision say ye be a president or my moi a deal obey. Time says son human of far so boss so much here for a TNRA. Now will be some say what is a departure from existing government? Main cassette there was a departure. It's rather a change in a paradigm shift or a paradigm shift change. Of a fair near over the period, no, and no, na opposite or somebody son kakra. In terms of a mere crime meeting with both the history, my economic performance over the period. But let me say, in terms of achievement, Obonyo also be brave. Meaning, say, Murabe my crime ya kumwa.
America cranty. For instance, the explanation on my on the fiscal deficit, reducing from 8.4 in 2016 to 4.1 by 2019. It sounds to pay the cost to 10.8 in 2020, and the reasons he gave, increasing expenditures and Nema. But you heard him. How does that sound, Prof?
Yeah, and over back to the performance over the period. Also, on my 2017, a binary heritage from the previous administration. Na on mine a group na a kofon kakra. Enti ombe so muno omo take a decisive programs. Some economy na atimi stabilize and now addressing key issues. Enti mete sa obo biso power outage. Obo biso health.
Yes.
Obo infrastructure. Obo education and social protection. And you way. Enti osha between 2017 to 2018. The trend no bobo so na year 2022 on my COVID and global event SC Webre. Now a day no man or success of man on babe IMF ever support to my kakra to restore physical and debt sustainability. I'm a far can be kakra say Bank of Ghana FY initially Emma zero financing. And I'll try say inflation. If I'll be of economic recovery over the period.
Yes.
On my near my bear 5. Or say inflation, they say from from last year, from January, 55%. After December 23. Economic growth is back. And now consider the fiscal deficit as a percent of GDP.
Yeah.
A cut from 10.8 to 4.2 2022.
Yes.
Now there name manage kakra ewo debt to GDP ratio o my bia say na ho din mu ensunsansu mu kakra no aya na gina sa di we so this year bono I say Abba government ayebi, but say ultra a shibia no man na dia hochire kese ba. They say no. Sana ne ebi ani gina 76%. To say about 64. So yeah, tiba from kakra. Na actually research na kakra. Na uvi no sandi e kofa economic growth, agriculture, industry growth. Oboni nyina so wie no sandi ka. The trade balance, exchange rate, and the figures in but no more balls. Also called job creation. I say 22 million jobs between 2017 to 2022. 2.1 million jobs and also are created.
Yeah.
Say you can see a coma, you can in terms of sectors being the non-person who can crack 2.1 billion. It be another day in Nimbebre, but some rebel and Kamesa said, "Dear, Nachita for a bit much sectors are who saw employment and cost."
Yeah.
And not be before say, no ma and who areas now called their course areas now Kabebwabi. In terms of only we end of Saba near Oba Base, you tune Abamano as a president.
Yes.
Obabe. Now, or say. I'm not no vice president. I'm maintaining the digitalization channel. Now, and no one away Juma or no force on money between park on a Nemo Bebrea. I am not a digitalization. Into Obomodia, I be a Juma. No cost of living. In fact, or can say internet penetration to say. It's what a mamu no boo or near Mampani Egusubono. I call almost 100%. Now, over digital talent development, over training youth, TVET, STEM, then telecom industry investment, big crowd. Now, cost of living, and I won't say, food security, no boy thing. Also public transport. A bit so about 30 to 40%. But I did make say on some beam kakra how best idea we.
Yeah.
Now I say yen can track why Juma watching you mobile bay and young who needs to adi who our bay. I'm scacking to my kind of a question be over.
Okay, but for omo feel say enran sema oka ye no sema etia onwan kasa na man yuku ana the government, the sitting government, one policies and it look like he's speaking against his own parties or his own government policies. Sana na identity, prof.
Anka me de baby yedui anka enisi e kosa e kwan no. Anyasa ni obeka no yen hu ni ma papa ewu nka yen fa nsem no ba beka no na yindi hu mbobo kakra ni yen se e make sense e solve a problem o mamu ananya o mamu so ka e kwan na me se ni ama o kasa na ka so be abolish e-levy or so and na dey me se me tie
yeah
we bring na fasa no out of the statement.
Because Prof, people feel, say, Vice President, you chair the economic management team. You are an integral part of cabinet. And she saying, if you pass an parliament, and she say, idea, then right from the word go, no, you should have said something about it. Say, but why now, Prof?
I would say, me ka enkase wakasetia na wankasentia nemu leader bia ene no di eche no seven hye no aya na enye kro the leader takes decision. Sometimes we also follow the policies and the direction. Me nkase on my niamfa ana wa makra and now when your opportunity is obey and a 1 year. Say or can say yenye nianye sabi a difficult me no me with me edi bobo. Nemu niemi hunu say so onya kwan foforo so oba aba be president o se kwan we na me so me faso sabi obi atwichi na adwen. And enye bonus say obi nipa dru baby na agency san. You see, it's only a fool survey who cannot change their mind. Enye bonus will be customer dru ha. Me person fa have you. Inti yenfa e kwan foforo so. Ne nyina ekosi one place na. Inti me fa ne say onya kwanya ne de. So che na adwen a survey yentimi nkan ho asem bebre. But before say and some bossy, open send brain now. E-levy was the one I may say me who say not a chair say one shot wakaseti on one. But Miss me who no crown for frozen say and yeah buy because on some film they say oh maybe 9 or 10 months. Ebia if you ne call kasai ebia baby sister and some you know me in I hope betoy. Okay,
but Ninchemu said the economic management team is only a subcommittee of cabinet. One will need powers to make decisions. Bro.
It's a subcommittee of parliament, all right.
Of cabinet.
So then we say of the government, yeah.
Cabinet, yes.
The cabinet, yes. I mean, so all the bar cabinet on a cabinet jatum. Enti ono asama emuaye wo so on kase or no take a decision in terms of cabinet approvals medeba oji tuma na di adwuma ya nje ntuma nemo me sa kase be o man pani dia me we in terms of ho na o say ye hu ne fa na yɛhwɛ ne ɔkan sɛ menumie no yɛdaadaa ɛkɔ no anaa yɛabrabɔ mu no sɛ onya saa akwanya na obetumi ayɛ anaa ɔntumi nyɛ ɛm sɛ hɔ na ɔsɛ adwene no mmom ɛkɔ no bebree na yɛdi saa nsa ɔbɛka ho nkɔmmɔ sɛ nea ɔka no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛde nneɛma pa bɛbrɛ ɔman anaa yɛmfa nneɛma papa ɛmfa mma.
Okay, but finally, two more questions now, Prof. Medewesi. The vision to incentivize the private sector. You know, the private sector is an engine of growth. ABM. If you have any suggestions on how he should go about private sector initiative, what would be the way to go, Prof?
Amambuma, you want you and Sanwo. Say, or mine, a bina tear drum semi person mine and make kita, me my private sector and yet, me and Casamity Kita. But I couldn't say, or mine Becca say, or mine with the private sector, any a buying layer, Jumadia boom. We have Keynesian economy, classical economy, and so many economy. Any over Quebec say, Yama private sector nenye juma. Se uma private sector ne so on form amuni nyina. Ono no bechire okwan a adwan nso abelum. Adwan dodo se na wo se wodi. Na ne nyina no nsunsu aso. Na ne mechire mu ne senka oman ne private sector no enka mum na enye juma. Enti me TV se obe private sector engagement. The private sector engagement will be providing infrastructure, services, not a reduced government expenditure.
Yes.
I hope NM say in the private sector no, and what say your money a Juma Vibre through public-private partner, the PPPs. So almost Kabuma Juma, one area of road construction and maintenance, a very good and a great. Industries reduce their tax burden. Now, incentivize you. Now, increase production. And at the mission, at the way, strengthen the public-private partnership. Very important. Right.
Okay. But Prof, finally, we on penny and on a flag bearer, no vision for Ghana. But this affair sana Amayoko MPP no so the manifesto beba. Some visioning how must it dovetail into some manifesto MPP Amayoko no beba. I don't know if you get my question, Prof.
How different would that be?
No, how should it dovetail into MPP for one more manifesto, one more beba after, you know, Prof?
Oh, let me say, share Petita Krama. It's a be brain no. Me nimra MPP manifesto never, but time in the betray.
Okay.
So time in a next week or next 2 weeks, sir. Niwaka any different from their manifesto. So quite sure be brea. If you want to sound we are seeing, tell me you want to sakakra. But before say near Wakan Rano. I feel not be over say other political primary baby will be able to say in a manifesto. And near Yahui MIA I clue how manifesto no a beba.
I see. All right. Prof, my menda was in a fancy ha. What church ni say Kasa and rap market Dr. Baumia. Na man max 100% ha. Obama is saying, Prof.
Hey, I was a question there, no day.
Jim FM.
Now, what's the one is the one of the one. What's the one? No, the one. No, but why are there?
Okay.
Survey. Officer man in your queen. Sunny Peta Amakuno, Bias Beba, na ordinary so dia toko, na Ubia Swatini or Peso Yasi. So, which issue na other Ghanaian TRCA, any problem of mine? Na in TRCA and na your problem. It make us say, why are they? Na yes, so I ever come for 7 on in a phone. Your man for some tears here. No more percentage in them say, oh, now over school. Na mama woman.
From no the events here. Papa. Professor Isaac Wedi, banking and finance, UPSC, and I mean no atreche and Kobono. Here on Adom 106.3 FM. And right, His Excellency the Vice President, somebody too, and then we get into other conversations. Stay with us on Facebook, Adom 106.3 FM. And on Facebook, for comment to na yen jibre, na yen kinkai, and for tax proposals are afie aba. And then the Baumia new tax system. And also some money now, amount. Let's take a listen to the Vice President.
I now tackle exchange rate depreciation. On the performance of the city exchange rate, it is also interesting to note that between 2013 and 2016, just before we came into office, the city depreciated by an average of 17.7% annually. But since 2016, between 2017 and 2020, there was a significant decline in city depreciation to an average of 7.5%. The average city depreciation further declined to 6.8% between 2017 and 2021. However, the 30% depreciation of the city in 2022 resulted in the average depreciation of the city between 2017 and 2022 to be 10.75%. So again, notwithstanding the domestic and global economic crisis, the depreciation of the city under our government is lower than that we inherited from the 2013 to 2016 period. My administration, thank you, will incentivize the private sector to complement government in the provision of many infrastructure and other services to reduce government expenditure and improve maintenance. The private sector will be encouraged to build roads, schools. With this approach, government can save very significant outright cash out expenditure annually from various items across different ministries, departments, and agencies. This policy will energize the private sector and create many jobs, enhancing the role of the private sector, along with fiscal and administrative decentralization.
Right, and His Excellency the Vice President, and Yegusua Yebo and Ran Semwa were a true done. I mean, some Kwamanoso, not many Dr. Owusu, Edu Owusu Sakode, or Obia Winim, dear Usikasemo economist, Meneno, and Tretre and Como. Doc, Adom 106.3, Yamache.
See you, Joseph, Michelle for you now.
Joseph, Fisher Pounds, Doc, Meton Catcher, Papa.
What's the best video? It's a bit of catcher,
yes, we have him. Doc, Enra Ansana, Dr. Baumia Bekasan, Bijidi said as an economist, now what expectations? Enra, listening to him, some of the two Jafasika Semho, what I say, what expectations? Doc.
Yes, I'm the Dr. Baumia, sir, or economist, and or vice president. Nyamia and Adumna say MPP de Frank Canashan, not all the Casta. And so, there, if you see a trouble man, why being no, almost to a few Noma. Until Obesa or Stasia Casa are starting a campaign there. Na and summer. Yen episode ye if you name one say be a victory no but then yamiasi because Osha say a idea a mano and a true a year because or economists in China before 2016 elections now a time for do lectures every into the starting a campaign there was say what chile the economy no o si boa ema ye manage o si o say enyo no kwa na manage ana also o she obi ase o she president ase o ne finance minister ane governor ane manage economy no nti ono no fa kakra wotimi de boae no also oka ekire Ghana for ana oka ye say em say adwuma no mo che finance minister for fiscal side, governor no for monetary side.
Yes.
Ono no say digitalization is be wuram connect the three. Enti o kira na wotimi abon homodin. Na mom covid any war no ne ada ebe stay in shisha no maye. But Yamiadum economy na tia hwede and so sorry ejina na so I feel no recovery no. And I also be also my expectation of meeting and a vision for so a campaigner. And this is where the important discussion because the entire 2024 elections
yes
I feel now or didn't dean and then the picture ever to ballot box ballot paper
no eso yeah
and when you will be a yakabama no pain I feel no best touchy. And today is the time also do no castany vision ever. Oh, to me, I say, oh, na me President Kufuado advice into the President Kufuado they buy and no one beside by the Bian Ghana phone because we know now picture and no ding at the better ballot boss in Tia all day but.
And block bottom about as I remember twice on the four omo eblemuno for the woes of economical woes at Ghana EFMU say under his watch as the chairman of the economic management team and I say Eddie man Ghana be drew baby no they don't have a point. Is that it, Doc?
But first of all, if you use the word woes, I will say you teach the mukaka because most of the economic indicators, even under his watch, if you are putting everything in his control, even most of the economic indicators, not a yakakra, and sana 2020 yenya COVID, ama best inflation was single digit, exchange rate depreciation was single digit, GDP was around 6% economy. Menkasa no money na but most of them na yakakra and sana COVID best say. Now, COVID is best saying, even in the IMF documents, Omo can say the external shocks, which are the COVID and the war, they have exacerbated. That's the English word they use. They have exacerbated the problems that we face. So, even though there were some achievements, but there were still internal challenges. Internal challenges are not the structure of the economy. The structural challenges are the import dependent, manufacturing, and yama brain. And Emra no more no war and from a bonnet about baby sardine. And there were some positive things before the COVID, and even after the COVID, they have been managed. And the Nipa break, as I say, they are hiding behind the COVID and the war. No. We are seeing that even UK Prime Minister, Aka said the effect of COVID in the war no be that. Amount painful now. What you say? From my boy, a how pa, and I know Kasen and Nipa be Ako IMF Eco bailout. Okay, now let's come to the issue.
Yeah,
should he be 100% be blamed for everything? I don't think so because he was playing his role as a vice president. Yes, so be a man or the head of the economic management team. He was managing with other people. And how much power did he have? I know, and now, Kasa and Ochich, say, it's a chair, Jumano. Finance minister, the finance side. Bank of Ghana, governor, and so monetary side. I don't know, digitization. I don't know, connected the three. And they say, Bia says, so we'll be crowd or and then come and and the body of the Cassian and Casabo or Mampain because of Mampain and overall authority. And the medical church them say it was not as if economic performance was so bad before the COVID. And the interest payment of our debt. I know they are not inquiry. But apart from it, not there are other things are not indicators no yet. And I watch them how the three of them plus the president himself try to manage the situation. And they are managing it. Today, the economy is recovering. It is not recovered fully. You can't say the BIA, but it's sorry, it's now so. And see, young quiet, I say, okay, I only had 2 million national and what be abroad and all say, but and Nti saa de nkyekye mu no tie.
Okay.
Nti now let's go to the vision, no.
Yeah.
Ye ko the vision so no. Ana wa say edi kan pa me nso mani je ya o kan ho asem. The fiscal side, ɔman sikasɛm ne ntotoyɛ.
Yeah.
Or say we want to have a credible fiscal regime, and it say, "Chese Oshe 2006 yewe hepik na this time inano. Bustiana ye born. I'm say amount for the exchange. Sikana ye pen or ye my domestic revenue. And to Oshe plotting the growth rate now, the debt growth rate is far higher than domestic revenue growth rate. And to say there should be a paradigm shift. There is a new dawn. We cannot do the same thing and expect different results. Into yen to us the same thing. You say yen to us busia and ma busiano sam and money and yen domestic debt exchange be a amount for MPKT or Ministry of Finance. That thing should be a thing of the past. And yeah, idea I can say Obama quite amnesty. And see Sikana yen or yememuno a one or beshe. A domestic revenue, no, a while no better. And she said, digitalization here, what the kind of their total crime, or Babwa, or Big Nasso, not their Pesica, our memory, and now reducing the interface between the human interface. Just say, CJ, we will be a GRA, Bama Jiska, GRA official, and that's all your name, customs official, and I'm Makoy Minoma. Yes. And say, because messages and Chinese be a no office, I'm a brand will be a show and sa, now my journey be a mintia, me tax and now tax of 100 and 50. Now they can our pocket, you know. Nina or seeing who you say be able to call online, over allow tax online, port to hallway be online. So also chia property tax be online. Everything is now digital. And she Obia Megina Home Castle Mamitu and Nam and 100 Namin Yamau. DVLA, passport office, Nina, everything will be integrated and it's going to be online. It's going to be digital. And so all the digitization will reduce all the human interface, not corruption, a womb, and if you cannot revenue leakages, not that be a come as I say, there be inviting me. There be a can leakages in the system. Leakages in Queen War, man. I'm saying, okay, come on, more than even Busia Crayabo. And you will say, or not dear. Or Busiano on castle or more or zero. Or say about Kakra. Nemo Cassia, Nefana, Sicano, Fana, Baye, Sika, Yebina, young man Muheya. Now, or no man, the details, no, and me pay me banya canina, Makuma. But the summary of the whole thing is or the digitization, no, Ebeshe say, Sebia, Obia, tends to describe also Uchia, Afibia, Ubichia. Say ebia corruption on a airborne mania obesiano a leakage in Tokurino obesiano. After we end or the core expenditure side. And also our Fiscal Responsibility Act and our Fiscal Responsibility Council. I know more share Finance Minister Juma said a bear Sikani numerous so a budget deficit and cost will be brain. Sir, Fiscal Responsibility Council or some to me. Obesa mo to me o metime dia hye ne finance minister for ten say men ni sika ne mroso say 50 ne yatwa ma men tra so and tra 50 no di ne pepepe anase man sika ne de boy ha akonma no enye within the target aya search amaya ho na me so be de kan won say so man panyin ba Dr. Bawumia be yo man panyin na on fa authority ni memma fiscal council no mutimi prosecute Finance Minister now Obia obe sika ya chairman obedi abroso and also obe spend more than the diamond. More authority they say Yoko authority prosecute for Monko court and announcing the American hand. Or we are not to see the digital economy. Say almost say lay foundation. But you see the whole world digital economy no say the whole world economy you chemu far. Digital economy no one-fourth, about 25% of the global economy. And what is digital economy? And it said a you call online, you call other social media platforms. So if you have a adverts here, which man online, over so child there, which school for be idea, which man online, over so turn your man, which man online. You be a so you be ubetimi na Ghana crowd bebre examples bebre ho you say be Jumia or say
online shops ni ade bebre
ubetimi ade bebre enti saa de mani nyina no so eboa ene legon class o ba first me ba legon first year no this teacher ni ba classroom be shade wa ma classroom no agoda gu but say wa anko class crowd nka say bia amafo nye lejo but when you anko class crowd anko physically ubetimi a schedule lectures online. I'm a school for now joining. You have another one called a friend hybrid. And they say, classroom physically. No. Maybe a student to be our time, especially distance education for me or time and that's union and I went to Myanmar. No, so participate class online. This is the digitalization here, and the whole world is moving digital. And was this school, even school at the Shiakrano, digital no be called the rest of church and crack. Now you are business be a person ye training for and on my example say drone the distributed blood say it is 100% managed by Ghanaians. 100% managed by Ghanaians. It's way no not a creative job. So you make sure say digitalization, digital economy in the air cost there should be an avenue to develop the software. Then you have digitalization.
Okay.
Who develop software? Then digitalization is the application of the software.
Okay.
How the the public service very efficient. I never call kind palm and say what the be I want to move from me and make natural resource.
Yes.
Natural resource. I was see you started too good about 1400 move on you started too good over 600 years. You're too good two any and that's what you and one day woman and see natural resource there. So be some as an economist. I think partly being to be free a dear boy a boy of Hong Kong, my pa natural resource. A good year about that chair you good and then okay, I be remembering now who good for Ghana and the kind. Me boss will be. I be remembering now who good Ghana and the kind. Now good no quite CJ was say what they are more than no money even contracts I sign now it will be difficult. Many lawyer because I will say it will be difficult to re-sign or redirect all those contracts because of judgment that anyhow clauses to be a room. Until I'm say and until that went to me I'm also say be a contract and I know yes answer and there's some, when you be now a private sector, so mobile for
Dr. Sakwadi, me pacho,
yes.
Me pacho, oh dear, Bejina Swamame. Na I'll come back to you on some of the 2024 tax reforms aban ediba proposed tax reforms aban de buy and I say Dr. Baumia the new tax system no na yeba be share no but mamenji good afon so agent and then I'll come to you for your reaction on in some be so Dr. Joseph Obeng president for Ghana Union of Traders Association doc ewa homano so doc memo akwa aba na mi bisa at tour taxes ade aban na say the good afon masu hu esu enra Mutie, His Excellency the Vice President, and somewhere waka far unknown new tax system no etimo Dr. Bing.
Yo, and Ukraine, some better, ya can't talk one sempa chepa, because nona ha edi businesses in ya elmo manku or maimu, and nona say ya can't call any impuntu, and it is about tax system na yada ehia yen ejadifo and as a business community no na nukreni enra ma penia be de che a wotu franka ma MPP eno wakasa wiye no bani je ema mihu se yensem a yana yeka no wetie ena wanyere ena wode aye policy a say nyakwan no be your mampania or the behwe asolve tax system no and inti they say flat tax systems na or person or de bano na the whole party na they say or no the obey use compliance as a tool of tax collection system in his administration. They say the whole party and they say Obama tax is nitri and I simplified. Na ye krokrowa no be at me at into what I say obetra tax no akwabamu anything na omde 10 numbers no ebaye what me aye capture one more capable of paying the taxes outside the tax net no it is any many na we ya ebeboa ama taxes no yetua no krokrowa or simplify no ne be at me etua no saka say invigilation system na course na harassment for business communities no nya dia ono no eba obemena atoaso na me didi say owo amamu nso de na so bitu hu anamon na said the GA for no watimi ama eno so abrasi eye na osaka say the post-clearance audit na ye no afiafe ene afimienu no and also moi emma business people no yentimi fa ni die ene opapa enye yadwuma etese de bia ni gina ikonso nti obinya ono enya akwanya obeye no 5 years and also aka say V18 sise no ayenwonran dodo nti oba ono so obechi shedi yes gidi say no so beta flat tax system na o sise no ehu no osaka biu enso say taxes no say the esitie no on say akwaya say obia no ayemfonso one way or the other into opema yen amnesty na say a business person bia no ayemfonso e won a tax filing system bia no you best start all afresh no we say sabi obu okra na we bibi in the past tax for no ba no be hu a one starting so person or the correct thing kra no no mo do akọ back from refer to bia mfonso bia we a man font me near the correct thing because we are correcting and near use to correct one no as a benchmark near the akofre old one na bia ye mfonso nti ono so eto asumu pa se eno so beboa ama obia no etimi start afile the correct tax system ebeboa na the ye ni die kra ni flat rated duty payment.
Yes, and okay, say duty say report no be flat rate.
The pan ye did say spare parts no waka no no be pilot based na ye they are replicated to all commodity lines because ye is ebeboa ama yi debia chijiji ewo duty tria say we are under declaration loopholes duty one man for take advantage leakages in na everywhere and the all the idea ban ye chabo say ebo ni say ya oba wakotua watamu container or the abatinje bia no aban so etimi forecast based on containers abano no the they adiwe yakapwa sama it is what the year Juma to Oban when ya kwenya no be your mampeni no the year Juma dia. That's no ebe boy pa ama ye wa peniti na ina no ye ni ade ewo sa ensise no wo dia ba.
Okay. Doc Pacho be na so na menje quick reaction from Dr. Owusu Sakode ya economics na femi we amasamba. Dr. Sakode what is good for and how the appreciation they are giving to everyone some mampeni abedechi edi tuja especially on the new tax system no new tax system of Dr. Baumiano who is saying Dr. Sakode
Minia Penny, Dr. Joseph Obrankasa Mania Japa. Dog, Unia, Dr. Sarkodin.
You radio Sura.
Akasa Mania Jam said, no, Mr. Michi, Dr. Baumia, no Hobio, no more UPSC.
I see.
No auditorium more. Me reading the document, and then me die. Just a no my yin, Dr. Joseph, bend the BIA program, BIA. Oka na maka obi a chana de academia NC chana agency civil society organization obi a chana agency say na o sie ko ana da tabawumia am se fe ana o tie de akani nyina na odi nyina to ne pipa so no abeka nti it is very tense ya kan no ana o say okay he is now the leader he is going to have power or when near and no man when de akani nyina no Obayenti, these things are not new to us. And some are tax system there. I will say tax system very easy to apply. Say cost of tax revenue generation higher than amount abayana. And some pasobia no class over to tax him. And even in GDP calculation, tax is a negative element in GDP. The tax multiplier effect on GDP is negative. Just the more auto tax, and then the lower your GDP. I didn't think you said the beya or mine being sika. And yeah, said the beya government and central multiplier is positive. Not a beya more than the negative tax multiplier effect. Now the whole thing will be positive on GDP. And this is what I'm toward Giano Anyafo Anyamre. Hit the economy, and in his own words, in 2016 elections, around 2016 election, on one say Joy FM and Joy FM, more for interview. I said the taxes are hitting the economy. The taxes are hitting the economy. And our economists know him say tax regime. Why it will hit the economy. And why I can say on the bar, next be about to the compliance. The flat rate, the management, the regime, so that they are hitting the economy, but at the same time, government will get the revenue. And until I can say 10, they say about 15 million Ghanaians, that's about 90% of all those who are supposed to get cards, and they all have cards. And they are trying to describe those who are Obia Yane, Tabia Mimi 100, wait here 200, maybe our tone toast now, so 1 city, also chia. So the bear boarding in our noir. Abani Benyeska. I did also not a yet decasier pie. When say Dr. Joseph Bemo Jumano a import in near.
Yeah.
I don't say now we want to be competitive as Togo. Because in the country breed no man for Togo. No omodia, I said no their back or memo. And to overhead Togo for the Omoyan and no answer the Wabu Boss and Nano, the Omoyan, the baby am I more efficient than Omo. Now I said a beya. Sikana yenyano yemmemuno. Now the end product of the whole thing discussion is that Sikana yenyano yemmemuno ebe kosono ama bosia mono aba form. Already when you can make it bold statement, I was very surprised. But I was happy. So with me making that bold statement about abolishing e-levy, abolishing the VAT if it was introduced, and abolishing the bet tax. And I'm sure say there are other taxes that will be abolished. Our economy no apeja the nine as in Nasubio. A filing of tax returns also. Oko Rwanda, doing business report in the whole world. There are so many countries who file returns online. Who set your computer, boom, no file returns. Now, very easy. Complicated, any very difficult. But what in a computer, within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, we're filing the returns online. We are submitting, we click the bottom. Submitted or the pen or the Ghana card will be out to now because our biometrics are on the Ghana card. All the two pay in say Dr. Joseph Bain and our family, in say Dr. Sarkodie and our family, in say CJ and our family, the Bio Yajumabia in him, I catch you out in him, and then Sika what you're in a can say a modern system, no, another modern Dr. Bomian said. A modern system, Rwanda, issue, modern system, South Africa, issue, modern system, Norway, issue. Some modern system, no cars or the Abuchile Bagana, or Kaya Mesresa, and it's very true. Who sharing some no kind of the vision statement now. A modern, everything digital, everything modern.
Okay.
So the end of Abuchile panel. Okay. When you can even electric vehicles in and electric bus, but or the air bag guarantee and no more about the tax regime there. I'm saying you put America.
All right. All right.
A idea a transsumo, the Niaje, the in the empire necessary, be a gun for the 2 minutes and sa. Obey support says some of our canning now. Obey implement Mate,
Dr. Sarkodie. Dr. Abin Pacho, yeah, final take na fee, and Komono. So now, after listening to the Vice President, for Guta as an association, what's the way forward for you after listening on in some of Kafa tax now, Doc?
Anything. So also, I can't say the manifesto no Afrina or Bessie.
Yes.
Now, anything. Ya bem bomodna ni ya shiano na ya so ya de input account because there you share all political parties, you know, and they say there be more your manifesto now, ya na your input to know. I can't say into your percent, yeah, fata your input to know. Sabia, Ubiano, your potential winner. Na what the input to man no as said, yeah, and yeah, when you're quite oba memoir, that's a beboa yeni ankasa. Now, after credibility issues, so they are very important. Also, I'm not one at the nearby be to Nseniani. Emma, a month for any opportunity, say, on basis and the credibility. Say, be because I then our vice president. Now, we supervise we enough, which will be in the sea. It was near ma, one no, for the first administration, no, I will be able to say, or Mamma Bono, Echo ye. Now, second administration, the second term, no, one more. Any challenges through the Ukraine war, any COVID, you know. Now, one year, on the office war and digitalization projects, you know. Nina no or stress any now so a year Juma I'm say Ghana for so do one than say a year Jumanity. Among for any opportunity, say you share and answer political parties no kasa you bet me edin near matters and yes and who will be a credibility based on that you know will be able to be the two choices.
All right, may I say Dr. Joseph for being good president me that's papa Dr. Sakwa me da so swase papa pasa na pe mo gibre ne me abetwetwe en kobos Edu Owususa Akode economist and Dr. Joseph Obeng and so ye president Ghana Union of Traders Association. Ma minyina humano so na me Professor Kobi Mensah or ye political marketer. Meneno and Cheche and Komo Professor Mensah but what me ka Adom FM so ni ye mo ache.
Meton kapa meso me da se mo na ache.
E ba to se bibia boko de.
Ja yehu na Adom ye gudun kakanka.
Okay. Enti uakwaya political marketer yenhwe enra His Excellency the Vice President, in the first appearance and on the first speech as the flag bearer of the new patriotic party, the whole program, especially the presentation, the demeanor, the composure, obejina stage in this one, Kasano. But who is saying, Prof?
Okay, but we actually came out swinging, to the boxer. How I know. Or shaking on as he sees another as a life and death for him. He needed to justify himself. But I think that he failed to do that. I'm sorry to say.
He failed to do about the
he failed to actually justify himself to us. Even the brand, Baumia brand.
Yes.
Had been under attack. A lot of people think that one year honest with Ghanaians. 1 year straightforward with Ghanaians. Why? Okan SMP leading to 2016 election. Name proposals from taxation to production. I will arrest the dollar now. That means something. What about Benumuna in some started all 10 different and all take a different 10 all be before I went to Wamba out. One Ghana fund today, one tax today. In fact, the man Samia making nano. In the means of been to know on Zumo, not or started all use for then COVID in as you offer Russia, Ukraine as excuses when we were seeing blatant corruption as na when to win defending. Oma ne brand promise as somebody who was very, very skilled in economic issues, articulate in economic issues. Or a dented kaka. You heard about me with what digitalization. In Kofu Bisa, also do digitalization or Yaza or leads to economic success. Or can simply. Now, another, even from Okacha and the digitalization actually in the 2010 book will be your job. You know who there. Africa, you needed to move into that area. But the core of the Baumia branding had been dented. I was expecting there pronouncements of Mekibiano, although the move only then Kofu find host womb. They with the Baumia we change. Another in some pure can I'm telling you. The same old strategy you see now. I don't know you see CCI. My memo example.
Me too.
Flamboyant speaking. Yesterday we are leader in drones, and I'm a boy.
No.
It's okay. Us we are leader in drone usage now.
Okay.
Fabio, Obia and Ikrowa were accessible. Communities in our community hospitals now. What doctors are working community or now. What you human now. Banks or now. What would you need drone for? Is it drone usage? On your worldwide, be a pedo you. In America, there, he came out swinging, but it didn't work. Let me tell you. So what can I would name him Loan Ja? I would name Loan Ja. On your achievement, and from Kowo, Obia knew a pedo loan. In fact, say a codulon numpa and pede any your business now, and pede we uncompo when they loan in Eddie and Amabwa. Why would you be praising yourself for drone usage? It means that one infrastructure is lacking. It means that one access to the country is lacking. Who wrote in your infrastructure in your road, physical infrastructure in buildings and hospitals and other things? Another. That's why you are using drones. So you don't go about and think that drone usage is a world acclaimed in a leader. That is disingenuous. Let me tell you something. Free SHS, I know companies are the one can be also about you.
Also, obey hands,
let me tell you, free SHS, MPP one tradition is there. What is the tradition of MPP? MPP's tradition is there. Anchor individuals will bring freedom, economic freedom, to take responsibility for themselves. And I'm a catch them, catch them. MPP's what they call ideological position is that there could be individual freedoms to take responsibility of yourself and your family. Free SHS is an intervention. When we talk about intervention, social intervention instead it's the hospital and social intervention. Social interventions are chip compound. Chip compound is a social intervention because the actual development, which is a fully fledged functional hospital, yes, okay, chip compound in Kakra. In the meantime, temporarily, it is a money zimoness you 2 years to hospital where every place is there. You eliminate the chip compound. The same thing as free SHS. When the people have the economic sustainability, the economic substance now, individuals don't need government to pay for number one fees. On enough free SHS. It's country be a new way developer. Abandon school fees man. In fact, it is undignifying for every Ghanaian to be thinking that Ubabenya school work free that abandon. Also scholarship nazi because of ABR winning Zinti another it's kind of soon into abandon take care of another you have. But fundamental payment for fees, school fees, ordinarily not able to pay by a Ghanaian, it's undignifying. Now, if you think that a amazing solution for us to be able to come out of economic quagmire, let's say hands free SHS. I don't think that you are being new as you are thinking about the Baumia Vishna. He is not.
Okay, but Prof, what do you no explanation there. He like in this scenario, so far he's been a driver's mate with a driver behind the wheels, and when giving the wheels as the driver, then these are the things that he's going to do on task woman. Professor Mensah.
And then answer MPhil political communication classes. Now, catch you on there. The speeches now, what is the message? It's problematic. Entire politicians, Mamu use. Obi that to Facebook, a driver's mate would drive or look at different destination from destination or the work on. And can't you all say, Sam Pocho, baby, or the Yakono, or the Yakohadi. Now, Chanana, customers in the crowd can say, 10 money and corner, my magic kind of baba. How does that sound? At China, at now, and could you upon comments that you are part and parcel of developing e-levy? In fact, one Kasakra when must at when today in 2017, you sought the blessing of the president to lead most of these policy proposals because you're passionate about finding solutions. I'm not okay. Now, at now, why free levy? In fact, a cool crab in parliament, I'm out for Chukutukuna de Woho. In Kofa demonstration. Now, Banabakacha and there, as a catcher, I'm paying the young. Our baby, how does that sound? It's like our a part of developing a product in your company. Now, customers now catch and as you are on your papa is a mantle. It's now a manager. Where a manager may you need therefore. It doesn't sound well. It is very, very disingenuous political communication. I was surprised when I heard that.
But Prof, don't you think so? There, yeah, he may have made certain suggestions. The president as the driver, in that instance.
That's why I said that. Baumiani decoupling or tried it can't work because. In the history of one government over all the 7 years, we depart from the government, from the president. Look, when we say someone is a maverick, maverick, instead to them maverick, and I say about politicians are where maverick,
yes,
we depart from one party principles that would disagree with one top hierarchy. Any maverick politician, today Aka, for example, living on the Rollins input, what you chop blows and Meboa. Aka completely said in public most of the time that he disagreed with policy trajectory of Jerry Rawlings and even his personality.
But you think it's the best for our democracy?
No, I'm not saying that it's the best. America is Asamado.
Okay.
So, Baumia is using this as a way of departure to signal to us there. We would have seen it. Look, upon commerce today, he was part and parcel. So many other people have come out to say that he was. In fact, Jemfua, Okade Baumia disagree with it. People came out to say that it is not true. Exactly. Now, if really he departed from the president, and we would have known there would have been leakages. That would have media and there would have been leakages to tell us that look, Baumia is disagreeing, but oh man is there on yet. Ekotna ashase ekika nsem the medana na we issue demi ilevia gofuye dede won de anabaomia ka about electronic na do ashase into MPP pass 11 one cut de my answer instead I don't disagree, I don't agree with it. It could be a political strategy there depart from the current regime because it's unpopular so that we could say, I mean when I saw former President Kufuor there and he spoke even more longer than what Intim spoke now. Let me who strategy there. They wanted to underpin Baumia's leadership on the April strength of former president because he's loved. I mean, most of the policy in language. If you watch critically Baumian language, he was Kufuorist. He was talking about golden age. He was talking about private sector as enabler, etc. There was a complete switch of Nanado's tradition. That's what I see it. Trying to tie his April strength with that of former President Kufuor so that people can love him. But I think that he misfired in his attempt to decouple.
Okay,
he couldn't actually do
it. This year's election is between the past and the future. Talking about himself and the former President Mahama.
I think that he's wrong. He's not even appreciating the kind of economy we have. Internet, some of my economic guys in the business school saying that he doesn't really appreciate. Look, my memory example, on the basis as American, hopefully they're on your future.
Yes.
I will ask about digitalization in comparison with 24 hours and Amebwa. And saying there, digitalization will swallow 24 hours, so there will not be any need for 24 hours. Granted, it's the only way forward. But when I feel the on the digitalization, and so let me give you a simple example. Me, I'm in the business school, so I appreciate it. In the supply chain, or starting from farm gate, and I'm about raw material source, and I'm about to the consumption source, and I'm about. In the typical canteen and the chop by and I appreciate that. I could chop by the because it's part of socialization and I'm hospitality. Yeah? So, until you are work of farm, you find there by me through the digitalization initiative, we create some app be until you so Yamana do work with to use the app. In a work in a bunch, in a until Kosia honor your friend Joe Biden. Waiting out of bunch be online, as I said that by many portal. Now, between the farm gate and the choban, who is going to cut the bunch? The internet to do.
You need to go to the farm gate.
Exactly.
Yes.
You need to go to the farm gate.
Yes.
Now, up and there, I will quiz this banana. A bit is one internet to do. Must you go to the choba or you can eat it online? On your sound. Look. Be very be transparent. Let people know that there are some areas by nature you cannot use digital. Into the 24-hour economy makes sense. There's nothing wrong with it. China for reverse engineering. What for America product? Don't belittle somebody's idea. Typical Baumia, he likes flamboyancy. Okay. If you say that I will merge 24-hour with digitalization so that somebody can cut and charge you on a bunch from farm gate in the night, no zaba into an opportunity restaurant, choban bubero, banchino as me can say. Now, digitalization will take care of 24-hour or your nonsense. One can them. So, Ankasa, I PhD, you must know how to speak. You have to appreciate people's ideas. Next, those are better. Them your friend academy contribution to knowledge. But you don't belittle somebody's idea and say that it's stupid. That's what he wanted to do. Because after the 24 hours, it doesn't make sense. Internet, he's trying to paint his digitalization to say that it takes care of 24 hours. I'm sorry, my friend. It doesn't take care of that. And that he speaks in a very condescending fashion. Thinking that answer. I'm sorry, that's not the case. Appreciate people's idea and then tie yours to it. And the young answer no woman. Sabio, a bit to me deceiving couple, but this is gonna for a lot of people, according to Gabriel Chedakun, were educated. No, but since they're gonna for baby in education. Okay. Don't speak in that manner.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's disingenuous and it's very flamboyant. It's not good. It sort of insults us, but that's not good.
And finally, so before they be another speech, I'm NDC for maybe NDC one campaign of a bayadina, naturally in one of them cry.
I can't tell what the NDC would do, but me as an analyst, as a political marketer, I feel that he failed to actually redeem himself from that criticism in the way you're there, or promise too much, or consent too much, with that solid underpinning. Because look, as a PhD person, I cannot say things anyway. I have to underpin it with a certain theory.
Okay.
Or make sense in people's minds.
Okay.
Digitalization here came. Look, in business, we have at least five business processes that I know. You will go from goods processing, people processing, for the possession processing, we have information processing and mental processing. Look, mental processing, information processing, you can use digitalization. People processing, i.e., a book hotel now called the internet to do. It is a book hotel through information processing. I request information there, maybe I better hotel, payment, everything else. Or they call hotel Yeah. So as an academic, knowing these things, second digitalization will take care of the whole 24 hours. Please, you're not being.
Okay, all right. Prof, my emphasis, but rate, Prof, Dr. Baumia, make a rate now, Bemanahi. As a professor.
When speech your year. When speech your year.
No.
Over here.
100.
Okay, I'm a mama 20. Because one, make a the brand problem one solve. Baumia has a brand challenge. And the market there, he doesn't come across as straightforward person, truthful person. He had always been speaking condescendingly to us. One solve that problem because of go on. He even came to say that it's digital passport Nazi. Oh no, yeah.
Okay, Prof, 20% fail.
Oh, we fail. And I'm a catcher. He failed to redeem himself.
But that's it. Professor could be mentioned a political marketer. And as you come on, Adom 106.3 FM, and we are live on Facebook. Lots of comments. My main can comment in the kakra and the comments no Abba pa ways. Here you. Okay, Honorable Ras Akito or say, can a driver's mate take credit of digitalization and blame the driver for e-levy, city depreciation, betting tax and VAT on electricity, on radio or they buy and no. And Mark Kofini Jumalo says, CJ, this is your marketer there. Well, it's clear where he's coming from. But BMW all the way. Or no so there or they Abba and no Skooky Dean GH or say your guest is a real NDC man. No so there or they buy no Gaspi Bonsu or see these types of people are the reason why Ghana is not moving forward. Which kind of no, you can't attack my resource person. No. Game over or say the professor. Why is everybody talking about my professor? Please. Nana or say how did he obtain? No. Yeah, fancy. Yeah, fancy na fee.
I can also can
fancy.
Mate.
A year. Oh yeah.
Me hu de ye papa
Honorable Frederick Opare Ansaba
to be bonnet toto na me anso masi kwan so nti CJ ya chia dada ena ya share dada nti mame kwa da bokrata mu na fe ye hwe nsema ho Dr. Baumia Jibabia Vice President Mahmoud Baumia Wajibabia nkoma enra wode to Ghana fo anim ene na nisu odi hunu a wo ba beye wo hwe delegada wo se Baumia akasa e-levy ebekọ ena flat rate regime a wode ba foforo no eno so edaha wose eba no private sector where a golden age mubrenie eno ene se wonya kwanya abaye mampani 2025 January ena sa nsusue we nyina no ode ebeye adwuma eno achi so so no ebetena so a asoafo ne wo mo abedi akira odi bedi dwuma no emro 50 no a ena odi omo ebeye dwuma eno nsema Dr. Baumia ede atodwa ewo ha delegate animu nie na abaya krachefo a omampani hwe wo mase emoto akonya no wo mo so na wo malisi project dodo wo maye delegate da bomu amane nyina ewo ha sei na wo hwe daily graphic nso a Dr. Baumia eda ha ne nsem no eda ha ma eka ho ase de maboso ama wo no na aban so no ankrata baye VAT ya omode beto electricity so no so afọ no show my sikasem so ma withdraw eno so ho asem daily guide de aba na wo so afọ no elder free matem na no Justina Marigold Asan na sije wunim se wamodi omonsa kwose apamase eno no performance contractor
on MMDC
free mantem na wataske omopa waso omonhyase nya dwumaden na adwumafa hodo ehso masie nyina no omoma omo incentives omoma omo training ye beboa ama fi December mabato kesio man ekono ebeye asumdwie daily graphic abomu amane ewo ha ready nanimu da ho papa me hu asan bia na makai kofi asan me hu asan bia na makai kofi asan entiba me Marigold Asan koso arai na edi dwuma so a wodi wo free mantemu na se genya no kwa na wo daily graphic anim ha sei otumfo se agema premport so mienu ne book so no oma launche eno eda ha na wokọ emrase bedwafia leadership wo hon mo dom kuma dom kase ba no dani oseche mensa bonso nabo na dom kuma ba do dani onabo kesa to forcing wo omo nyina de ato isi anim ese indelible ink opese ono no eyi free mu na obekwa akoto abana wie ye bia hyenso de bia bibie ndi adanse eso ato abawie no wosi isi entwensan no san emfa emra daily graphic abomu amane na wo hwe Ghanaian Times mu a Public Accounts Committee Dr. James Kluchaveji efoni edaha si jomo kire se National Identification Authority empenyefo mienu wo honom a womo atwintwe womo nan ase se womo tetie adwumefo senate no omo amfa nko na empenyefo senate empenyefo abo womo ka na se ye ka womo abom no 98.7 thousand Ghana cedis. So what you say? Na sense ka we no makwa koyi wo man no futum no de tua na park si de bida entumi manasa enti no na ye mpanyifo mienu no executive secretary Professor Kenetifa na Reverend Dr. Sebastian Baba Azuma on ye director of finance edema NIA park ama wo mo enano enafua no mako eduso mo emfantua sasika wo mamobosome menkansa eso mo fantua sasika na oman na omabo oman ne ka no omofanti oman na oman nyom adwuma yie na edisa penalty ne ebaye nti enyo oman no na wo setua wo man kasa interest asika no eno so Ghanaian Times abomu amane wo ne fa etoso enwotwe na VAT suspension no so no edaha na David Osafadon tiefo ni danim hanma acting Director General National Road Safety Authority na ono so na omanfo mo basa ene damba ede etu omanim ese omo hye na omo emmo omo na akwansia eso ente wo no tisije de boka ta do
abana minia bema Richard Chei ono ye CEO Atlas Freight Brokers Ghana Limited.
Okay.
Or your business tycoon pa Atlas Freight Brokers Ghana Limited. Was say utie and was send me voice note to be a meetie no. And other meet na come nsem kra.
Uti meka na era somewhere ni no your era somewhere ni your Finland. Elder or no so HS was a professor no. Okay, I say said ye na dodo na ka wa se na samanyo sem ni ade no so ye political na so nipa no political marketer
yeah
eti no se je no so da ha na me kwai de ma mentia de kinima CJ
yeah
ma mentia de kinima yo wo imano kwe heba center metan pa homachi so asofo edijuma wo hayi no de kinima eka ho bi papa ne bo adwuma de ti de kinima ye tia pa wa nyame onsha na CJ abrahusem si e wo malam na ye nua ba cha wo honom yesi hotel onna bi na homachi ya nipa bonfo bia kokono na
akuya cha ya kwan
CJ
ujina hefa sisi
CJ me no ka say ya de mejina malam kokroko ai wo malam bawe mensine no emu hotel a mejina ni mo ye fa ne malam rasta hotel na said the medical ba man ye dada no ahomachi yo manfo te se bede bi ekoso e wo hotel wono mo de da hotel wo nyina esori dwane ya security ya wono e na ehwe hotel ho so edwane ye na wo mo ese ye no na chese the moto ya ni say if you move I will shoot enti echire yo moto se bibia gikum ebinum ebe omodin wura ho no mo a na chese hotel wura ye friend no kwesi amankwa dodo na friend rasta area mu ade oba rasta no bi enim no waye nya media na wo bo madi afra posifo be say 2:44 am no wo shata posifo be ba nanka de wo ho bia no baba be na bia wo de kwaya resabia kra ne ho ato no
akuya mema wato aso na wo de asi but etiefo ba Facebook video wo de amayen hotel no ena ewo hoyi ya omanfo na ene omanfo jirejina animu na ekoso video ni na ewa Hanti Adom 106.3 FM Facebook na behwe video ni bi akuya to asoma me
enti CJ said the video no wo ka ho asem no enipa jirejina ha pa de area mu ofo nyina bo wo mu pusa chese enra nwumere bi chese wo ne papa ne di nkomo ahomachi kura oba wo ne na awoso wo ne ekasaye ansana fa awrawusemi eba besi enti na chese omomu jejina hanum se aba mu pusa na abranche ba ko ha wo mu nest house ene guest house no ebo fipam na wo mu kire se de si ye no wo te ne namu afrisa abre no wonna ye ye pese ye ne kasa na wo kire
akuya ansana no hotel ne de because me hu abronsan mienu me hu ba kwa hu na se tarazo
hotel ne de ya penti na ai se
orange
color
okay.
Let's one next house no Tarazo house no one more NSC said they be air cost so hotel one more if free sabe ni be see na one night one mumu nipa bi and a free post for buy na no hwe kwan se ka post for ba be fa nipa no kra kwa ya so be na so be bi afa ho wo buy wa betu hotel ni mu a waja wo ko sa brei mala ma post for ensign wachi emma baby asem wansi no and no man for you know one tiasie
ya nti nipa no ohwere ne nkwa no ogusu da fie ho ana pro so be fa no ko
oda so da hotel wo no mu a ya topono nim oda so da hotel wo no ma se ka se ya topono nim nti abranche ba ko ha ye musa no na won kire de kodi airport ya wo te se koso anadwi ne mu afa baba Adom FM so anwache die na wo te ye
me that them me see and say if you move I will shoot you, if you move I will shoot you, and I me see the Debbie boom and then me be me curtains so me who say no obi at the fence war we fear meeting to me bobo me who is me pair a baby kita ya meeting no and I me question is then and also chase you obi one who so be a jump free hotel no more abesi compound as a jump free for the next house into nanko or chasing a pakrono into meaning no pie be ni na me who say nkrofo two bi so jingina ha omu complaining so omu ko inside no be that whole left body need that inside or body need that inside and I say say na there young police for into me friend omu number 18555 no so and a patrol team back on Piki and any omukase narrative story in Chiromo. One bedroom them there may after another people in terms of mobile crash here, two different police units set and on crash here and omuko inside share there ombeshe and omumo lucky gate and some more be anchor inside. So we live next to them. Yes, I didn't want here bepim railway munyansa waiting by.
Mr. CJ, what say ya? The abanti actually and a medical Adom 106.3 now was shop and ka post before by no kra no or babe ye BP afamu so I bet to get my fear ka say nipa bebre ejina hey wo mebie ye abusiafo bi so aba hanum say there was shop and ka gate ye bebie na watimi akomu ye ne
akuya wonim ebrani nti kosoafo ani di akire na fei oni omo nkasa na record na premto breka se ebo nimu no o de sa amane no abetwa so e de ama Adom 106.3 FM atiefo akuya echa oyi akwan na o de sa arehusemi yi abna
very unfortunate CJ na me sorry so no happy birthday enko ema Janela esinam do ne eye wawoda enti esinam obade onhyira wo na onyo kese wakoma so ade no wani so ade hunu nyina no oma no emremo ema wo afisia pa kese na adofo ede ma wonuanom o mame o papa o munyina ekabom ehwe happy birthday Janela esinam do obade ema enkwatenten ti do obade ema enkwatenten yedie wate ne nyina enya ochefa na eno ochi so no adofo bi no ma ene ye wo mo awoda no na we ose me yemfa a happy birthday enkoma owura Raymond Osafo Sian Junior dodo na efe no kwaku hita na we efi kejiwa nankasa erekasi edubuadi ene wo yire owura Rusian na ewe happy birthday no 106.3 years ani enkwatenten a wo mo esifro bade enchen ede amao wo so nyame hya pa na onto nsem na sije ocheme amwakoda kwa ene ni nua bema na Kodak yo wo London enti ya DJ Muz ene ni nua Kodak na echese yemfa arechichen sem enkoma Apostle Samuel Foria Sante o ye founder in General Overseer wa bedru ye General Overseer Edema Kingdom Citizen Center Ghana and UK na umcheso bedru enra kra ne mame Dickiness Florence and Cancer afimu a chese oba abesie ne mame nti yabusue nyina ye mamo yakwa kase ye ne bekoso e wo Cosmos School Park La Paz new market on my weekend ya ochina memenda ne kwase da nti adofo nyina enkamum na omonkota che nti sije mame na ase why
me da se abla poku ahwena ne de bonkata na poso e de abrɛ top choco taste of chocolate. It's chocolate. Vodafone, further together. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly agric, and more. Yaba commercial information kakra wo hoye de bema na fi yene honorable Frederick Opariansa ya oye a member of the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign team yene ne betrase na fi enran nsem a opani ni tu dwa no yagebre na fi yadomu asuko. Stay with us. Me di CJ yaba sisi ya.
Ready wa it's CCM wa mwato. Oh yeah. Ready wa it's CCM wanga so mwato. Ebe munya. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3 Adom FM One tell you what Catch your manai Adom FM tell you what Adom FM
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Ready wa it's CCM wa mwato. Oh yeah. Ready wa it's CCM wanga so mwato. Ebe munya. Oh yeah. Ebe ya. Adom 106.3 Adom FM One tell you what Catch your manai Adom FM One tell you what Adom FM
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Ready wa it's CCM wa mwato. Oh yeah. Ready wa it's CCM wanga so mwato. Ebe munya. Oh yeah. Ebe ya. Adom 106.3 Adom FM One tell you what Catch your manai Adom FM One tell you what Adom FM
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Ready wa it's CCM wa mwato. Oh yeah. Ready wa it's CCM wanga so mwato. Ebe munya. Oh yeah. Ebe ya. One 106.3 Adom FM 106.3 106.3 Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man eye. Adom FM. Tell you what. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
It says one macho. Oh yeah. Ready what it says one gas on macho. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3. 106.3 Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man eye. Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM.
Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Adom FM 106.3. Tough.
Only God can stop us now. 106.3 FM.
Ready what it says one macho. Oh yeah. Ready what it says one gas on macho. Oh yeah. Adom 106.3. 106.3.
Ombe Papaya Restaurant or DBS Abrunsan Kessian Wemu. Fred 0543 286 637. Water Fred 0506004242. Kumasi Fonso and Fred 0506004141. DBS Industries Limited. We truly are your roof experts. Yemfa Dettol Semina Enjare Dettol Nienim free tete. Kumumwawa James Ede Yare Ebreni Pediano. Kumumunina. The Papa ANT na Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. Ajia Tumu Dettol. Shield your family from James. Vodafone and the Vodafone Cash Special Voice of Aba. With only 5 Ghana cedis in the Vodafone set amount 200 minutes of talk time, valid for 7 days to all networks. 200 minutes. Dial star 110 hash. Na fe wato bundle. And also we'll call my Vodafone app. 5 Ghana cedis will be 200 minutes of talk time. Connect with your loved ones with the Vodafone Cash Special Bundle. Vodafone, feather together. Mebacho Jisikamania no Fafa CBG. CBG. Sesikamania a free Enam Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, Small World, Unity Link, Transfast, Pay Angel. Nina no Jefa CBG. CBG dia Ghana Habani Sikamania, Omudimu Akotene, Omujina Pabne, Omujina Brane. And into one more dedicated remittance centers were Nima, Kaswame, Madina Market, Apenkwa, and a Sprintex basket branches in Inano. ho de omoshada yisi ho e de ama sikamane ene ho dwumadie de ho hia ne valid national ID o phone number na fe money transfer reference number no e tietia and one no Mitchell Adrian for CBG 0302 216000 CBG we stand with you. Honorable Frederick Opare answer. Eka, His Excellency the Vice President, the campaign team no ehon. Na anapay yajibre atonsa afre no se omra na fe enra ensemo a mampani abedi akire edi tu dwa no. Yane no mu entwetwe mu enkomo because miamia bi ho ma hu behia ensem bisa specific questions a ye behia enkyire mu anapay ode osia yoyo ma yakasei watrase honorable emache
yeah no
I want to hold here. Good to see you. Good to
Mufia de Mebaha Bia na bring it back memories of a brother me Jumawa.
Yeah.
And probably reference my engineer.
Yeah.
Every time I come here I reminisce. Yeah. It's good to be back home.
Yeah. Okay. And to who acquire a campaign team member for His Excellency the Vice President. Putting together speech and Obabekin Kai, what actually went into it before we even delve into the speech, Honorable.
Yo, that's in fact when you should what you for you na aja. I'm a professor. I'm your friend.
Professor could be mentioned. That's
why be marketer.
Are you a political marketer?
Your top politics. Send it true, I feel Matthias said somewhere. Oh, Carol, but indeed, a lot went into the preparation. But I can assure you, say, trimu popa the trad the end of Papa Nangasa. No one trust.
Okay.
And you move the crowd who you feel senka or my team bina and trauma no, but you can understand this is his vision. Tina requires one at sort at one point he blocked a whole weekend.
Okay.
And sat down and poured out his vision. The way you be beer ICT the energy parents and a trauma no economy danger must be a trauma no how will Debbie his view, his vision. Baby horse that to quite a crochet, Estonia call ye how
Estonia was on taxation.
Taxation, the ICT in governance, didn't know crochet said yet into what share who were dihun como first hand and sana welcome to all the conclusions and who's ampa at the end of the year. If you say Ubi Yebio baby, ama Eyejuma, why not us? Indeed, it is possible because wakwaku who say before to me I am a jumama a boy mine there. Sapepe and job by but trans on one casa church and sana and nochi on a team no a transi near Fias and near Pensem mu ha pusumu say yanka I didn't beba out ye I didn't want to have what to do Ghana for your attention span sometimes for BBC you know it be an too long do bema speech na itinti nanka kranka crowd shape to there who and run but I can tell you he consulted also very widely. A lot of the proposals are or the buyer who say eso traders and eso industry for near the end you know on the money din komo and who say oh how ni bi o ha sebi ano so no enya de sa e bibi keto bi na ye dwadi na de bi a omuhia so what I say o hwe spare parts asemia
yes
okay yeah obi fast spare parts doesn't matter whether engine and gearbox and suspension systems and side mirrors and outdoors. It doesn't matter. A part of a car is a part of a car. It is a container. I feel now coffee fee mu. I say brake band there. Imagine say all spare parts of vehicles are spare parts. I say one container say 20 footer and you say 40 footer and you say. Tiebesiwa near causes for has scanners and by parts na home. Yeah, my rate no what you. And my business no I am more predictable. So to me who say deal with me the bar me duty I met you for one container. No a planning, no a pricey, no when the margins are also a bring stability business no it's only on doing como and only industry for a doing como and who almost how and son what's not in Washington the trim pon or the other two I'll tell you say a lot went into it and yet Sebi said I near an animal can of Bostrimka there be and Trasiana or body streamuna or Sati 2 ideas go. He has traveled, he has seen, he has consulted, and when ya and home agree and on the team also a diho and como and sana or these are agree about
okay, and share nothing tougher. Then afterwards there are questions, specific questions are a baby sir or share with challenges of minor FM and what the government has done been able to do fire share free honor nothing young corner kakra
but ansana no
yeah
my main prof response kitwe be or he says something which as a now or 2 year party the hope
Professor Kobe mentioned
yes style of governance doesn't require crisis to see free SHS ne ade me person me refer to the constitution of Ghana free SHS and yet MPP ya boy trim kekasi ye bibi keke o president before by if you remember the constitution Ghana constitution oko article 38 clause 2 so and a casa about F cube so 38 2 no so I'm also the government shall within 2 years after Parliament first meets after the coming into force of this constitution draw up a program for implementation within the following 10 years for the provision of free, compulsory and universal basic education.
Yes.
Eba President Kufuor Breton who say F cube na said anya adwuma nkola titi fi omo school. They did a research and survey no who say obi o ha o say look me ba no school fees kakra mi tumi ntia sada na him school fees bo at friends primary GHS was as little as 25,000 back then, which is a net 250 pesos. Let me introduce capitation so that a buying sika it is en can call and somewhere a school way or more enrollment and call 1,000 school ni out of taking 250 pesos no a buying this can be mom na call uncle school. Then the parents, some of them started mebano oko school mean to me ya skakra nto aduane man because human kitin bi oboa me ayeye jo free me ho kra I won't get enough to feed the family let alone no say dem for school feed nya dey emra akola bia nko school ni enu aduane wo school ni mu amanti all the policies of Abino at the time was directed towards fulfilling the directives na constitution at the amaye nana do bae no. Two things. One, Article 25 1B. Also I call a while. And also show say 25 1B. One moment, me.
25 1B. I say
yes.
Secondary education in its different forms, including technical and vocational education, shall be made generally available and accessible to all by every appropriate means, and in particular by the progressive introduction of free education.
It is the basis of free education. It is in the constitution. And yeah, MPP for now, yeah, philosophy, they say the individual shall be free to make their choices. Intent to say free education, but there be where constitutional imperative. I don't know actually acquire your best my education are accessible and free to all. In addition to Osako F Cube Hobiema, in the spirit of that, Nanado Abino decided to say it is not enough. Says Okas will be any basic education. Now we just JHS or Ghana. We should redefine JHS to include completion of senior high school. In Jabrana Poye, Minister for Education. The bill by Parliament. To redefine our educational system to include the senior high school education as part of the basic education. And whether you are going by Article 25 or you are going by Article 38, the constitutional imperative now is that education up to the level of senior high school should be free in this country. So what I say? Yeah. And no NMPP, the constitution implement it. It is Dr. Baumiaba, no catch say free SHS now. Nanado I introduce Obetwaso no Beshemukena is only reiterating constitutional imperative na edaho MIN. Timan professor no emekase MP before the any mono nka mo empower individual no akutia the school fees. So I say yes ana etie constitution ye de adwuma. Timasra professor no na wa mo bia hu ba bia ogina utie ne kasa na it is not too difficult to tell where he stands on the political divide. But I only hope he say enka young politicians ye kasa say ya na nka omo wa academia mu no omo ba mu a enka omo mefa the substance. So na professor obi akasa ye yese be interrogate asem na waka na was me hwe say dia the team chairman kasa na kufuo be kasa ya ansa na we Canada na chese opeso tiny apron to we into me man 20%. Oh come on. It is not to no fairly in brilliant students. Professor say that we fairly brilliant students because okoya no her shirt and nation vigilator be there chese the students they say be failing no. Oh prof whether mama medine ho ya okakra the whole thing I mean when let me tete as you know no NDC mu no instead say you be fans someone Dr. Kai ya pensem mu and make sure say substance room e betumi the maya kon anim ana enko nanim na dey atoto mo so mo leader omo yi no be ya afini a yen se dan hunia all kan yen fa nto ne nsem kakra odon so aka no yen say mu dey hin e be boa Ganafo na Ganafo tumi make informed choices na yen ya say adane empoatwa atemdidie so amwaye. Let us stay on issues. Campaign and they determined say we are going to talk about issues. Professor was talking about no expect say Dr. Baumiabe redeem who obey. What is there to redeem? Ghana for they want to hear his vision. They want to hear what he has for this country. Obiati as currently he is not the president. He is only the vice president. And the too many man and the bay. Baba out boldly. Some of it even borders on issues that current Abai dealing with. But he didn't shy away from it. Although a part of Abai, Wababa near or Nuanka Sanya quite form an Abaya or the Abaye. And may encourage me on my war and this let us stick to the issues. The Koya Diano Atim Didia will not end up helping Ghanaians. We only end up telling Ghanaians say when me to media attempt kese when me poetry to Montwaba and that will not lead us anywhere. To back on track, yes, to talk about the issues. I think Doctor started off very well by setting out clearly what role. So what I say, sebi aban muno yede amano o play. Obi anim clearly said your kind say and you're not the driver's seat in him. So, and the near bet train say, who say near obey no, and no obey. We're glad any tell ye, ama, yaman rules be to play. In times past in some governments, and this yamanyo, kuro abaimu, a baby tremono. Yaman penny, that I don't mahama. Robena, a ne man penny at a mel's at a man's own play. IAT obetumi abu ho akonta kire Ghana for se bra me vice president no e de we na share me nsa na me ye ne kodru sei enti me bu ho akonta kire na mon carry me me de me nim se ye man bibi sa ehia se otumi me ye hu se bra me vice president no we ne de share me nsa na sei na me ye de kodru ye ne anura amampani abedi akire baumia e de ye ma ye ne se mama ye hu clearly if you say bi wa na obi it's mine BC Basa one time be say akwa no ka ho na onka ho ade no ye bia no nye bi opreso ano mpreso wakyerɛ ne the rule clearly. Say you buy ufa, for instance, finance, say minister no or no here fiscal responsibility in the kika governor no or no monetary policy ne adie on also systems are edebe juma ebeboa ama economy na tumi move ne adie and then the share that is why you focus on digitalization to make sure
honorable he was tagged and seen as an economic guru back then.
Yes.
And Enra yet said, okay, so Sana he was more into the systems and technologies. Now, of course, there's some departure from because he was very much into the issues of the economy. Yes. How do you explain?
This is not the first time I hear President for your position 97.
Yeah.
Unim why I know MPP spokesperson on finance. Dr. Preku. By a bad man, why be a finance minister? What's off mouth?
Yeah.
How do we explain that? It was the prerogative of the president to decide why your person did finance no ashaninsa. See the budget by parliament. Unim the actual book nachi. And in moving the motion, motion statement. The finance minister moves that motion to present the budget on behalf of the president. The president, the budget. And the finance ministers as well, presenting man. Whilst we are campaigning, whilst we are seeking the mandate, kasabi. And then I met her, church. It doesn't mean that be a church economy more into die, not just say, I'm economic and finance minister. No. It will rest with the president to say, as soon as you are not being the finance no man. And yes, Dr. Baumia did speak to the nation about the party's programs, planned programs, but that was advancing the argument for the party on behalf of the leader of the party at the time. Yabai leader no by president. I say, wo finance ne so mami. Wo Bank of Ghana mami. Wo we vice president there, but make carve out bibi kakra ma. Also ye say na emwa. Nti owie no kyerɛkyerɛ mu na yɛde hyɛ ne nsa no. Kwan a wafa so ayɛ. And I'm more watu. Anybody on this adwuma na ide. Edru. Wamba meka say aban no se bibi atochiwa na bibi anko yi a onka ho. That is not what he is seeking to say kra. Wachire mu to the point say wachire say even on a balance with all the issues ayenya and the quadruple problems of Russia-Ukraine war, COVID-19, electricity, legacy issues with take or pay. Any the financial sector cleanup exercise, a course na chino. So offer head to head every single index of the financial sector. Say GDP growth, say CD depreciation. We have still performed better than the NDC, who never suffered any of these major things. What he has said is so we time now he NC if he Brian Far by 2017, the BC by 2019 or 2020 indices now were very, very good, growing at very good rates. Stability was happening until say and there are some truisms that is here in Rwanda. There are two things that the president and the nation has agreed not to do. One, they have agreed, say, nobody would deny, say, the genocide occurred. And two, they have agreed that nobody will also promote genocide. We all have to agree that we have suffered as a nation under COVID. We have to all agree, say, we have been impacted by the Russian-Ukraine war. In fact, and he shows statements of renowned global bodies. This financial depression, we are saying, the 1930s, the independent China. We haven't seen this before. Of course, it has led to coup d'etats in neighboring countries, riots in other places. countries far advanced say UK near there. Maybe kwasi that man for kwa sorry ko salima ye che enoma ema omo. But the good thing is throughout all this, yeah, yankosa line to fuel. The lights are still on. So what is it? Bosumi aswa yentu adwuma foka. Workers, government workers, everybody is still being paid through all the challenges. But yejitum say we are only saying say it is beginning to get better. And Dr. Baumia communicated some normal way clearly in his statement yesterday. Say yes, we are admitting we have had challenges, but look at us before the challenges happened. We were on track. The challenges came. We fell, but we are up. We are dusty. Sorry, a sign, a move forward. As we speak, things are getting better. I may remind you, as at the beginning of last year, I say inflation was around 54%. By the end of last year, nearby we do around 23%. And truly, it showed. Oto Anwa Kufogaloi. That time, not try 1,000, 1,002 near there. And it wasn't even stable. And now we cost 1,000. Or Chamba cost 1,002. The next day over 800. The next day over 1,004. And then it has come and stabilized around the year 450. Okay. So while churches are no we are on the road to recovery. And now church digitalization, drones policy, good for oil, normal no based on Akwenya presidents at the man. Okay.
Honorable parents on the issue of the 2.1 million jobs. Yeah, and Vice President I think it will be very important and necessary to see a breakdown of the various sectors and how many jobs have been created in these sectors. And then I mean to me in that regard.
Okay, actually, say 1.2 of that is in the public sector, and then about 900 and in excess of 900 was also from the private sector. And he gave the source as coming from Senate. He gave a clear source. Okay. In speaking, information will provide the source if free. As to further breakdown here, I am sure say in due course we'll be able to tell you say this X number is in this particular sector. But on my examples of how we have even more than doubled the size of the fire service, for instance. First pass, I might say before Procifua, 1 600 and 800. But I'm saying sometime last year or last 2 years, we had recruitment of the combined services of about 10,000 people. Our police in Kwa, I'm sure they got in excess of over 2,000. And these little ones, point to where some of those jobs now can. But clearly, we can, and I'm sure it will help our case if we expand it further and show, say, 2.1 million jobs.
Yes, 2.1.
But clearly, he has provided adequate basis and the sources for it. And I think I have confidence in the information that he provided.
On Dr. Baumia's new tax system, propose if indeed okay, before that I'm say I propose tax reforms before the year 2024. And Dr. Baumia also adding a new tax system at the ABA. And for instance, the revision and expansion of the taxes on gambling revenues. And no ewo and a fee Dr. Baumia also kase nyame adumna etwabamana obey betting tax and also at the free ho. And then again the proposed tax reforms for 2024 a removal of selected VAT exemptions, including 15% VAT on electricity. And when you mean yate saban so suspended 15%. No. But of course, Dr. Baumia also kase he is going to eliminate it if indeed that VAT is still on the books. And then the introduction of the emission tax and plastic plastic and packaging tax, and also like I say, elimination of the emission tax. proposals from the government for 2024 and the new tax system Dr. Baumia and so the Abetujay, how we can juxtapose the two. Obi baby say okay, so now the government is proposing these taxes. The vice president and also say head of the economic management team no say ya to abamamia ni amen so me babe ni me betwa we be UF from be UF. How do we put the two together?
Dr. Baumia, in putting this across, he laid a good foundation. Who say a brand MPP bar baimu any challenges MPP are facing whilst in government, it has led us to taking certain decisions. A Brown also be baby so buying him from 2025. He knows where we will leave. The current albino will leave the country, and that is why he is also proposing certain set of decisions that he's going to take. For instance, Abra, if he has here, the number of taxes. I was there in Parliament. We call them nuisance taxes, if you remember. Taxes be brave free. And indeed, government started expanding the productive sector. The industries here, the 1D1F, a lot of them started coming into production. Then government revenue. But by the time COVID, any partner fear for so long, no productivity, and government in addition had to provide free electricity for certain lifeline customers, give 50% for other consumers for almost 1 year. Water, the now were bills and burdens of government. Ebedu baby net say abai saying reintroducing some taxes to improve its revenue collection. Ochire we munyina ana ochire say by the time or no, ebe take you over. He knows where we will be, and at that point, it is his view that we will not need all these taxes that are. If government by then hasn't even felt to say, maybe I don't need everywhere. That's why he put a caveat that if they are still on our books, which means that even as government is busy working and implementing the necessary reforms, it is possible say abaya will see the needs at this point there in way cry and free. Meaning there are some of these taxes cry abaya propose here Parliament consider as we speak we all talk about it, but indeed and in truth I don't think implementation has started. So the
one of such taxes
for instance betting tax, have they really started collecting it? We all talk about it.
Betting tax, no.
Betting there, but meaning whether they have. And rather many some meeting come on and I must start NLA for Moonbread. Not you. They haven't really started the implementation. It's all about them, but maybe Minchalo Tebi and I'm betting. I don't know, but that is how I get it. But about they said tax. Yet it is true. Government has put it in place. It is left with its implementation. Remember, say. For most taxes, it takes time for GRA to put out what they call the guidelines or the implementation notes. And sana actually, the agencies responsible for, the business agency, those taxes, how to go about its implementation. Parliament, but it takes the main agency, which is GRA, to show the public how to do it. Look, CST, Communication Service Tax, as at now, GRA is still in discussions with Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, including your good selves, as to how to implement CST concerning you. But CST has been on our books since 2008 and was the changes were made to it in 2013. The taxes we are Dr. Krana Assembly say, look, some of these things will come so it's not bringing any revenue to government. Wherever there seems to be some of these issues, why don't we take it off and give certainty to industry players? I mean, a certainty but as a you
are rightly saying that certainty is not there. It's obi kwa honma for say uchabet anas uchaluta na oye bibia or gambling near the officer sa to no yes. But clearly if that communication hasn't come then that
and it even avoids the situation where obimpo are not illegal. And it has happened in this country before. I remember back in my first term in Parliament, there was an increase in tax on some fuel issue, and it hadn't happened legally. But the announcement had been made, and then prices at the pumps started going up, and indeed they were collecting and paying the monies, but suddenly government realized that it didn't have the mandate to collect it, and a decision had to be made as to how and what to use that money for. All these challenges do crop up in the tax administration due to the challenges I may describe here. Dr. Nsem said, let us simplify a whole tax system. Where we have parliament, Obeko Ajuma 4 years, Bosumi so be a Itiaoka. Obaji will pay slip on your tax. 4 years, Nesona Okako file for a nomination or electoral commissioner. You are required to say it is a or the tax clearance certificate account. All failure forms na the comma omo ewo GRA. Near Braille bill. I remember the last time I paid was about 18,000 for the 4 years. Then I asked myself, I don't understand it. I'm possibly even breaking the law as a lawmaker, and I didn't even know how I was breaking it, because I mean the minister Bosumi also yet me pay I got to my account with all the minds and my taxes a woman my How does it happen that after 4 years make a file for your friend is elections, and now because tax clearance I mean use my in area yesterday be or the Saka way? Where did I get the extra income from? I don't know. So all these are some of the things I say, listen, let us bring simplicity to our tax system. Flat rate. To be any say 10 cities now me any tax components in 1 city. 80 your 9 cities my we afiswa simple tax returns my file my tax at me na me we any o file na ka wo mu a mpanifo aba the intia. But I said there are so many hidden little things obi hantiasie. It is important because that will also enhance compliance, which will improve the revenue collection. The bottom line is a buying secret is a tour at is a manful a tuanimono. As he yakwaya a manful betumi afasu etua amo bia to me a tuan chafa a womb. If say nipa do I want my animono. And a tour to say it and go be a tuan dear papa. Gianquaman on the grassy.
But honorable, is it not a case of Dr. Bawumia campaigning against his own policies while still in government, and then maybe promising Ghanaians say moto abamamia tuane how na me de best me am count me de best ye mono moto abamami as president this time around there me ba me you free ho me ba me you free ho me ba me you free ho any sanity.
Not at all. He made a profound statement yesterday. Part sounded like a joke, but the second half was quite profound. Or say, Cecilia de me driver's mate. But say, Moto Abama Mayor President, I will be in the driving seat, and I will have full executive authority. So what I say, on mine, to me, I did go on mine, I did take decisions. That's the president, and so, and she'll be as them. Ubia waka or ye bibiano, president, no, and I'll ponic a cra. Ama say, fire hamame, fire away, mammy. So, President Ama out to me.
Yes.
Cabinet net who you know to me take a decision. The president can say, no, this is what I want to do. Most things are free by eba parliament. Ebebano. I say cabinet has approved that so for parliament to consider. But in a few instances, no, Bibi parliament, your friend, executive approval. The president has given executive approval for parliament to consider ABCD. Ebioha because agent. So inti president and to me and fan cabinet na more advice. Ebioha president didn't find a need say it is a medical cabinet na more advising me. Of course, this one I can take my own decision. Ebioha president, he disagrees with whatever advice cabinet is giving him. Indeed, he's meant to go in a certain direction. But constitution president to me to do that. And I'm not talking because our president Menkana as president, Meka president Abikre Mwakunyina, Oko parliament, from 1992, you will get a
president
lot of,
as the constitution
says. The executive approvals about parliament.
Yeah.
For the 4 terms I was in parliament, President Kufuor the executive approvals by Atamels the executive approvals by John Mahama Dibiba and Anado Dibiba, Obia Dibiba. Into the style of your governance. What that means, they say, you may be the vice president, you may be a minister of state, you go to cabinet, you advance all your arguments. Of course, ABBC, at the end of the day, the decision as to how to do a particular thing rests with the president and not you. So when a team player and so on to me PM free agronomumba imagine bonte me dey anka dey way me say
because that is why that is what a lot of people were expecting,
and we should not even encourage it.
Adentina say one mampani nya adwene a one man metre Ghana for say Ghana for media matka say you no mampani say you no person ko
me dey no ma bi o ho a enyina nte se so adan na yakọ parliament a my Bible Christopher your Catholics cross ma Muslimi for Quran. So no more any me say you so you say affirm by affirmation. They swear oath of office, they swear oath of secrecy. They are and no ma be o as ye bobo nsem ho no so obia be kire na adwere ne ye be wie na me ba be gina bonten ene ye call cabinet no me na me sisei we sisei na cabinet no fa so on say adwene to o de wadwene be to form ye be person more at that point they be na nka wadwene cry is the best, but that is also why you choose leaders ye ma appointments you have to give it to nipa almost to me advance your arguments. What I say, that whole process of your campaign, because at the end of the day, we got na cabinet. That's one of the best brain, one of the best ideas. I want to me and sell it or idea ni ye. Want to me and pushy argument be here and co ye. But at the end of the day, whatever decision is taken, it is taken as a collective. Vice President Bawumia Mayata says, whatever his views are on matters in the last 7 years, he supports the collective decisions abayano eteki. He stands by it. However, some woman opportunities of a president there. Wakachro ni onoba obeye. There is no ambiguity. Say obetumi aka ana obetumi aye ana ontumi nye. Wacheche mu clearly. Onya tumi na
is that not also to suggest, say, as a vice president to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he was not given that room, that space to operate, maybe share his ideas on most of the policies you're implementing this year.
Aka yebona sum Mills wankasa Mahama no person resigning, Emisata no person resigning. Bawumia ade onya kwan yebi. It's the complaint is there. So I just say, near your man, a crime more years, no. Waka. The other part of this speech, okay, maybe your constitutional review, no.
Yes.
Okay, say, or agree, since you hear constitutional review. Now, at some point, where be a president to me or no, yente so kakra. Waka speech in him. Where do you think that is coming from? He's been in government for 7 years. Maybe the feeling is actually how many presidents grow more power to do. So, when him say, fire ordinary constitution, the normal one, amendments, it will call baby police council, normally there. You would think say the chairman, vice president. But when him say, Ebra Aka. Joining Kufuor for alliance in 1996, no, leading to the election. Rollins the bill called Parliament, ma, almost remove all those positions now, because Aka was still vice president, and Rollins was like, "Hey, I'm vice president. Why can't join your position, man? I'm going election against me." And he now chairs the police council, the armed forces council. So amendments were made to our constitution to remove the vice president, even as chairman of those councils. And you now to say, Dr. Bawumia, a chairman of police council, it is because the president has decided to make him the chairman, not because the constitution says so. That has been amended out. What I say?
Okay.
And some of these things is what is advising him. Say, look, your president could be our power to do. Send your beya a normal be can be obeti any idea no Emma presidents no powers number from Accra. He has touched on that. I believe say Vice President Bawumia, candidate Bawumia, flag bearer Bawumia, leader of my party. What to me, my experience when you're in the last 7 years, no, a show, I will choir or before so govern going forward from 2025. And my engineer say by his statements and actions and rano, he is departing from the supporter of my current administration. And I say, or patch say decisions be on take, you know, or dissociating home from it. No. Wamayata say clearly say he stands by all of that. However, some decisions now were premised on the conditions existing about 2017. And you know how I am from 2022, especially the challenges we had with the economy. No, I don't know how my take decisions I will take. Now you sure also from 2025 economy position our mind about women. No decisions or no any vision or that. That is the best that will drive the nation to where we want to go.
Right. And many honorable Frederick Opariansa, your campaign team member for Dr. Bawumia and Ameneno and Commander. There are a few more issues. You touch on and sana wrap up. But Shannon to say Holland moto to swap moto promo no koso. Holland says Okoto moto insurance. Fisabreya kopim eprebo so many every year or free fuel vouchers or free roadside assistance to car say ya about wow. Now amazing gift and also so or the teacher to Momodi Anako Pebi na odo ani che Holland office bia announce so contact to insurance broker obenyabi toll free number is 0800 444 999 0800 444 999. Holland Insurance, we insure you and everything you love. Honorable, the issue of the number of ministers His Excellency the Vice President say to Abamana onyomo ebeye ejuma 50. That's ambitious because already a former president, like I saw, on the 60 and or the Ebeyejma and Vice President Atiso Ede Aba 50. Can we maybe if you get a fair idea of ministries because we deputies in Akahu and the 50 no? How is the picture going to look like?
You should put into context what he said. Yeah, as some kaya and sana owi ho no. Utia abeboa mo who say very doable. Or say, and this paragraph 116, the statement enhancing the role of the private sector along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our systems and the way our institutions function will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste, and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards the private sector provision of many public services will create fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. Therefore, I would have no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers.
Yeah.
So clearly, he plans on making the governance system efficient. There are functions be currently ministries, departments, agencies. I say you can easily farm it out to private sector entities. So what I say to do here were so many services, government agencies render. Some of which you can. What is the first? Okoji visa. I will. It is a British embassy. No more processing in okay.
Yeah.
But you see, they farmed it out to say the Emporium also a hotel can see ambassador.
Yeah.
Moving pick.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there are government services which you can easily farm out to private sector to do. And that will make government more efficient and leaner. Jobs there will still be out there for citizens to do. But having that complex governance structure and requires so many ministers and deputies, no, that is what he's talking about. Say, when you allow the private sector to be part of the provision of all these services now, it becomes easier to have a smaller government. he has shown you how he's going to do. He didn't just get up and say, I'll have no more than 50 ministers and deputies. Because of number 60, you know, what was his basis? And then on digital so 60 minutes just because people are complaining and now do buying sododo na obi so aka na mo so buy na mo de na saying also okay next time me 60 ni ajatum there be. Remember President Kufuor, before he came into office, complained about the size of government.
Yes.
But Obai ono aso ka say ono ana kan yo ba we dey momano space kakra na buy no so there. So I just say at that time President Kufuor no ma buy mu da. Okay. Dr. Bawumia has been in government for 7 years. It's our culture and they say based on your juma and then your first year, you know, he will need no more than 50 minutes. He didn't even say 50 ministers as in concrete. I think no more than. So possibly 40. What does it?
Yeah.
Your constitution say cabinet should not be even more than 19 ministers. It's even if you took the biggest cabinet number in the size, I will not have any minister who is not a cabinet minister. That's 19 ministers. Add your regional ministers. That's 16. I can't do about 35. Now, cabinet near almost here deputies, what they can't say 10, you're around 46. Maybe I need cabinet ministers in your deputies.
Yeah.
So they be so be on here, me. So, it is doable. Say you can function in this country with less than or up to 50 minutes.
Okay, but
he has shown how he intends to do it.
This year's election is going to be between the past and the future. Yes. That statement came out very profound.
Another profound statement. Yes.
Can Ghanaians trust Dr. Bawumia? Ghana for bet me Dr. Bawumia Eddie. Based on the send your better obejina honoma or can say me Ghana for bet me no Eddie say no yanjinindi na yemfa me no emano. Can we trust him?
There be a semba kwa mekane say, and in fact Dr. Kranek or say a share group of journalists be bisano say now you've been put out there as a liar, what are you going to do about it? And his response was, I can only fight that propaganda with the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is, say me bisawa has a kansemba kwa Dr. Bawumia ka cheso ya trofwa, you struggle to tell me. Abra ubisa professor na mozi oton de market politics, oton politics. Professor not oton politics no. Ubisa no a marketer,
political marketer. Yeah.
Joton politics. Me person said I'm a coffee na mama bisa me. No mama go school. Yantia mo. Person me coffee no bisa me say I must professor near there said I'm a catch. Tell me
or a political marketer.
Fakotwi mo.
Or you be a Russia amayo somewhere dedi ohun say political marketer.
There be cream who was a political politics. Professor
on your seller or your marketer.
If I could cream, some station increase station to auto politics. Professor not auto politics said or canon. So who beside say let me tell you beside ona Bawumia ana to be in the say who's been in the kwame so tell me asemba kwa and maybe me tie NDC for national communications director friends
Sammy
no obobo no maybe or say Dr. Bawumia Ako promising people of Cape Coast say in 2020 say they are doing a port B amomo no boa oboe port enye be no well mean and me ai mancha gbona ewo enkra na me ka kire wo say airport amam na say wonungwa na ateshia medindro no okay on say Dr. Bawumia say interoperability is first in Africa no be any be no boy Tanzania for be Kenya for be eba ko school Katanga no they can say Mitchell Unity Hall for you say brofo na monte na school na manko asema Dr. Bawumia akano simple and it is still true today. Also Ghana's interoperability system is the only one in Africa that will allow you to move sika from a bank account to mobile wallet. And it is simple. Industry Tanzania ni Kenya num interoperability in idea for the industry led interoperability. Telcos no. So and I come one boom no my almost switch. Indeed, offer more to miss any Tigo to me the Tigo wallet. Echo ha. Yeah, dear no. Central bank led. So GIPS and almost I install it interoperability system no. I'm out to be a easy careful mobile wallet. Ghana, you are able to already make payments to ECG, water. So now I read about how the services in Kenya are now considering to allow customers on which making some of these bill payments on their system. It has my Dr. Baumiaka and he say, yes, system, no, it is the only one in Africa at this point to me, yes, sir, and it is true today. Eti more one set questions ma omo we are no more answer no more friendly panel or in kontumpo ni. It is based on all these things, no. I am confident say Ghanaians no edgy Dr. Baumia Edi. And there's no reason why Omanfo will have some thoughts be saying to me and trusting someone Dr. Akana. Wa mamage now can start to say me mamu me vision. He took it from Babia a day or minor show Mozania, why and some way a and you buy the air. Now, even some way a doctor can say, okay, then you kaya, nunti, amani and contumponi. Everything doctor said is in our manifesto, and we've done quite a bit of work. Now, a Bible no bagana ha in the 8 years be omudiano on my manifesto, ideas no omuch me implementing in a way. Does that make no Mahamani and this omuka teacher from mobile deprived communities? They will give you a certain percentage as allowance. More technical subjects, they will give you a certain percentage as allowance. Our man, no, the Mahama so your true. Is that how they say you define lies in this country? You try now, you sanitize your political space, no. So be catch say me bama say no went to me anya. Bisani ninti went to me anye. It be a genuine reasons. It be an all the intent to do was there. However, in economics, there's something called all things being equal. When all things are equal. Thank you.
Honorable Frederick Opare answer His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia, the campaign team who and Yaneno Acheche and Komono Adom 106.3 FM. Honorable, that's Papa. All right.
Commander, baby, make I be your commander. Commander, commander, baby, make I be your commander. Commander, baby, make I be your commander. Commander, commander, baby, make I be your commander. No shake, no darling, now you alone. I'm falling, I'm falling, now you alone, I'm falling.
It's exactly 10 in the morning. Yeah, fancy yeah, sorry, brand new one from Shatawale Commando featuring Bounty Killer.
Baby, make I be your commando. Commando.
Yeah.
Commando.
Yeah.
Baby, make I be your commando. Commando. Commando.
Commando. Commando.
Baby, make I be your commando.
Commando. Commando. Commando.
Baby, make I be your commando.
Kofi Hassan, thank you very much. Dominic Kisiyabwa, thank you. DJ Awana, thank you. Aisha Ibrahim, thank you. Caroline, Tete, thank you. Obed Akwesimafo, 05. Strong will always continue. Steve. Isaac Kwame Owusu-Ansah is in the building with the best mid morning show. Sorry. And the OPD or Bompaye ewe chiriwan sana waba. I say and then so obechisika. Montamu kuchu. Come and mamenko, and then mamenko.
Commando, no, I wanna be your commando. No, or say, on say, you want nimpatwa, we no kakaka, no more, yeah. Almost rhyme, almost yadeno, some kind will be. Don't say, will be cracked the patwa cranoa. But the patwa cannot cry, no to say, what a sinting, there's a honor person, there's a what you say.
What a sinting, I think.
No, what a sinting, one tibida, ever new,
Matibida,
one Bakiana de Tawaya DL, one tea and vida, Baki, Midiepan. I was here, could Jamaica Bakubina. If you're on the Jamaica, so I quite in Timbra, baby. So Fakuku see Amsterdam now free Amsterdam they call now say Bofamo St. Lucia now say Barbados baby now they could pay money also a Caribbean state
yeah
as I said Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no person or African state Pepe what you say but we got to do what we got to do man and then but you more de biansu biem na me mentie commando oh bobo ba
Commando, baby, make I be your commando,
baby, make I be your commando, baby, make I be your commando, baby, make I be your, baby, make I be your commando,
baby,
make I be your commando,
baby, make a, what's it then?
Ready?
Oh, baby, let me be your baby. Baby, make I be your commando. Baby, make I be your commando. Baby, make I be your commando. Baby, make I be your commando.
Baby, make I be your commando. Commando. Yeah. Baby, make I be your commando. Yeah. Commando. Baby, make I be your commando. Yeah, now for commando. Yeah. Commando. Wale. Baby, make I be your commando. Commando. Commando.
Mami don't back.
Baby, make any switch, you know. I don't know.
Yes, sorry.